Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired. This is for all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where? Ginger. Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot, Jimmy, coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where? Ginger. Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Brave lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylonly's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, hello. To you, and you. Shout out to the 16 people, 18 people that were here at the top of the show. I saw y'all. I am so sorry. StreamYard, I'm going to need you to get yourself regulated, okay? My people expect a certain way for the show to go off without a hitch, but welcome in. Glad to have all you here. I saw y'all. I felt y'all. I embrace y'all. Thank you so much. That makes my heart full for sure this morning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destinations for y'all this morning. There's a reason why I said Purple Academy. You can figure out what rhymes with purple. This destination formed overnight. And I was like, nope, we definitely have to talk about it. And trigger warning to anyone and everyone. If you can't handle it, believe me, I understand. But, we are about talking about what's happening in the world of the world and happening by the world in real time for the culture of the culture and by the culture. Kvern, 19 years old, a white man that did something very God, it relates to our first destination, but it's its own separate destination as well. Spirit Airlines could be closing down at any minute. I'll give you the latest updates that I have there. Dr. Erica Schwartz has a very big position in government, and yes, she is a black woman, but you're not going to believe who put her in that position. We'll talk about that. I know, it shocked me too. Then, of course, You, Me, and Tuscany. That's why I had to shorten it to You, Me. A is for and T is for Tuscany. That is the black romantic comedy movie that's out and about right now. And Hollywood rather is looking at this film to see if we want more of these types of stories. And of course we do, although it should have been me and not the brother from Bridgerton, but listen, You know, I'm not known in Hollywood, nor am I an actor. So there is that. Then, of course, Cleveland, right? So Cleveland has a brand new attraction that could be an international attraction, right? And then, of course, David, the 19-year-old that got arrested for deleting a young woman. The last time I talked about him was on Kempire's Live, and I was just like, I don't know what it is with this generation, but thank God I was born in the time I was born in, and thank God I have the village that I have, because my God. And then Ashlee Janae, the influencer that's no longer here with us, she went over to Africa, and she was not found. So she's no longer here with us. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 destinations for you all this morning. Let's get to it, because higher is waiting, low is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music, and I want y'all to be able to see it, because that's what we do over here.
Hey, good morning, America. Hey, good morning, America.
Just know I'm extremely upset with StreamYard this morning.
Hey, good morning, America. Hey, good morning, America. Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money! Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good.
Very good. Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where? Ginger.
That's right. In addition to bringing that joy, one thing to know and two things for sure, that over here on this show.
It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. It's a new morning for America's family. It's a new morning. It's a new morning for. It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on. It's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Julie Chen. I'm Maggie Rodriguez.
Morning everywhere. Come on, get up.
I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Dave Price.
And it's a little early for this.
Right now, this it's a new morning for America's family. Sun's coming up, so make it all that it can be. You know a lot happens early. Every day's good when you start to get up right. But I'm with it in the daylight. And a lot happens early. Can you feel it? Can I say?
Good morning, everybody.
Are you girls ready for the Jonas Brothers?
We have an early show exclusive. Yes.
A lot happens early.
Early.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot happens
Early.
The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.
It's a new morning.
Yes, it is a new morning, Julie Chen Moonves, but it's been a hard one so far, but we're about to save it right from this space right here, right now. It's a Russ Mitchell, Dave Price, Harry Smith, and Maggie Rodriguez. You are absolutely right on this channel right here. A lot happens early. Good morning, everybody. Let me do this in the chat. Content starts at 15. Give me a moment, y'all. 10. There we go. 15:10. So right there. Content starts at 15:10 so we can skip all the commercials and everything. There's a reason why I do that, y'all, because for one, I'm like restroom before the show and all that stuff. But number two, you need again. Number three, there's the anticipation to what we do over here. So with that being said, let's get to doing what we do over here. Trigger warning for everybody with this first destination. All right, so warning, this report contains details of SA. Here we go. This is Peter. He lives in Poland with his wife, who is in her 40s. We're not showing you his face or his real name. We can show you the messages he sent us. So going back up. Hello, is anyone awake? I managed to record a clip once when I had my last two grape pills. My wife doesn't even know that I recorded it. But what we can show you is the messages he sent us. What he says he is doing to his wife is a crime. Posing as a user, we found him in a private group, one of many on the messaging app Telegram. Now, for those of you who don't know about Telegram, Telegram has been through the ringer for allowing the transference of CP. Okay, so it's been under investigation for a long time, and a lot of other things with Telegram as well. But let's continue. So as you can see, who has experienced drugging their wives? Been wanting to do this to my missus. Drug her. Blank dose. Let's continue. At any hour, men from around the world gather on the Z group to swap advice on drugging and then filming SA of their partners while unconscious. Let me read that 2 more times for y'all. At any hour, men from around the world gathered on the Z app to swap advice on drugging and then filming the sexual assault of their partners while unconscious. At any hour, men from around the world gather on the Z app, Z group rather, to swap advice on drugging and then filming the SA of their partners while unconscious. Now, I saw this on Facebook first. I'm going to pull up the content creator that did this. Okay, give me a moment, y'all. Shout out to Nikki Vink. I'm about to pull her up right now so you guys can see this. Because when I saw this, I'm just like, ain't no way in hell that we're not going to do the show this morning and not discuss this. Like I said, it's very easy to be a one-trick pony and talk about, Carissa Shields and Krishan Rock and, anything and everything in between, right? In the same token, we also need to be aware of things like this as well. And I'm not saying if you cover Carissa Shields or Blueface or anything like that, that you're worthless, that you're not giving anything, and that you're just existing. I'm not saying that, right? But sometimes we avoid heavy conversations because we don't want to understand the weight of them. And when it gets to our front doorstep, then what do we do, right? So, listen. The words of Uncle Ben from Spider-Man: with great power comes great responsibility. Just give me a moment here as I pull it up. So this is where I first saw it right here. Shout out to Nikki Fink. Okay, shout out to her. As it pulls up here. $62 million. Join the site, join the website to learn how to grape their wives and partners. And also, I want to give a shout out to this person as well. This is where I saw it. The Korean vegan right here as well. So shout out to these two ladies here for doing their good work on reporting on this. Let's get back to this report from CNN. And this is why journalism is so important. And I get so immediately sent through there mentally when people say that, you know, journalists are this, that, and the third. It's like, no, this is why we need journalism. Because journalists are doing the groundwork of reporting on the things that we don't know about, so we can be better from the information. That's what journalism is supposed to be about. My God, give me a moment, y'all. Stop sharing. So I guess a shout out to, once again, the Korean vegan and Mickey Vink. Let's get back to CNN here. I gave my partner GM additional kick tasting the meds. Now, once you see these hashtags, hashtag passed out, hashtag I check. Those are just two hashtags there. Let's continue. Right here. The abuse shared via video and pictures in this group. The abuse rather shared via video and pictures in this group of nearly 1,000 users was treated as a commodity. Y'all know I'll always try to make sure that with every tour that we do, I try to make sure there's sunshine and rainbows. We use Sylvester Stallone's words from Rocky. But sometimes there's going to be some rain and some lightning, and this is one of those times. So like I said, if I'm going slow this morning, I want you to understand the weight, the magnitude, and the impact of this destination. That's why I made it the first destination this morning. I was not going to wait till the end of this tour to do it. I was going to do it right at the top because it deserves that much time. And we might be here for an hour on because it deserves that much attention. How much are you willing to pay to watch me How much are you willing to pay to watch me fuck my wife while she sleeps? That's one of the text messages in this group. But for survivors, including 3 who spoke with CNN for this story, the consequences are devastating. A CNN as equals investigation exposing a global, and I'm only saying this because it's in the, I'm frozen, y'all, give me a moment, there we go. I'm only saying this, YouTube, because it is in the title, okay? So I am not promoting this. I don't condone it. It's wrong. If you got to do this, you deserve to be disrespectfully handled for the rest of your fucking life. But this is the power of YouTube. The original slogan of YouTube is broadcast yourself. And we need to be able to broadcast stuff like this. And not to mention, too, there are other videos talking about this. So let's get into it. A CNN as equals investigation exposing a global rape academy. Exposing a global rape academy. Exposing rather a global rape academy. Here we go, y'all. In shocking group chats, men encourage one another to drug and assault their wives and swap tips on how to get away with it. I want to give credit to the people here. Shout out to Shaska Van Dorm, Kara Fox, Nima Kennedy, Eleanor Stubbs, and Margot Shakan. Thank all 5 of you for the great work that you have done with this. And I'm trying to sort out, I'm sorry. It's not what I want to do. But, you know. Might have to just refresh it. I'll give it a moment. There we go. Okay. Shout out to each and every single one of you. Hold on, let me refresh it. Okay, y'all. Let me stop sharing for a second. And let me refresh it. Why is this doing this to me this morning? Give me a moment, y'all. Okay. Refresh. Okay, there we go. Let me share it again. Because I want to give these journalists their credit. And CNN, thank you for all the work that y'all do. I know that people say that CNN and MSNBC and all the left-wing organizations is this, that, and the third. But as we know, there was a man named Roger Ailes that graped his on-air talent. And I would not be surprised if the president of the United States, who graped a 13-year-old girl, judged their vulvas and tightness of their portals and forced young women to perform fellatio on him along with Eric and 47 Jr., I would not be surprised if they were a part of that group on Telegram. Yeah, I said that shit. Not to mention, too, the president said, and I quote, this, give me a moment. Give me a moment, y'all. Since we're going here, and I don't have to make anything up to have a platform, y'all. I really don't. That's what I'm looking for. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me a moment. Listen to this.
Indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm. It's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm. It's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm. It's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper.
That was the President of the United States saying exactly what he just said. Let's get back to our CNN story here this morning. Let's continue. Like I said, shout out to Skya Van Doorn, Kara Fox, Nima Kennedy, Eleanor Stubbs, and Marco Strahan. Thank you, Five and CNN. Thank y'all for being that organization to put out this story. This story is the final part of CNN Ask Equals series on gender equality. For more information about how this series was funded and more, check out our frequently asked questions. The world was confronted by this form of internet-enabled abuse in 2024 during the mass rape and drugging trial of Dominique Perricot and 50 other men in southern France. It was on a so-called dating site in a chat room called Without Her Knowledge that Perricot was able to connect with dozens of other men to instigate rapes of his then wife, Giselle. While drugged unconscious by him, there's a reason why I'm going slow with this story, y'all. This destination, rather. She was raped over 200 times by 70 men. She was raped over 200 times by 70 men. She was raped over 200 times by 70 men, not all of whom could be tracked down by police. The Perricot case briefly shined a spotlight on this dark corner of the internet. While Coco and the website involved was shut down, public attention moved elsewhere. This behavior did not disappear. A months-long CNN Ask Equals investigation has uncovered a hidden online world where the commodification and amplification of sexual violence against women is flourishing. So these three survivors right here have spoken to CNN. First of all, I just want to say shout out to those three survivors. I send light, love, and prayers to each and every single one of you. To all the victims that were shared in this group, I pray nothing but love, grace, and space to you. And Telegram needs to be shut the fuck down immediately. Just like Roblox deserves to be shut the fuck down immediately. Shout out to Schlep. Shout out to Schlep. Shout out to Schlep and all the work that he has done and everybody in that sector has done to protect children on the internet. Shout out to y'all. There was a reason why I wanted to do this first, because I know how I get. And my mom said that, Bray, all the cussing you do, you don't have to go there. I want to make your point. Sometimes stories like this need some cussing in it. Because if we don't scream, we don't shout, we don't let it out, then this behavior continues. And I know my mom is just trying to look out for her son, but this should not be happening to any woman, to any man, to any child. Babies, too. Yeah, there are people doing that to babies and to animals and to everything in between. Try to get through this without being profanity laced. But if I do, I have a good motherfucking damn reason to do it. Let's continue. One adult site called motherless.com is home to more than 20,000 videos of so-called sleep content uploaded by users with hundreds of thousands of views. The website, which has had more than 62 million visits in February alone, and whose core audience is in the United States, describes itself as a moral-free file host where anything legal is hosted forever. The legality of some of this material is in serious doubt. The so-called sleep content is categorized using descriptive tags such as passed out, hashtag eye check. So that is right there. That's one of the images, just showing that. Yeah. In these videos, men film themselves lifting the closed eyelids of women to show that they are sleeping or sedated, with some eye check videos surpassing 50,000 views. Inside the motherless sleep community, first reported on by German investigative journalists Isabel Beer and Isabel Stroff, members trade advice on how to drug their partners. On the Zzz chat group, which a motherless user had linked to, and where we first meet Pure, they do the same. CNN is not providing the names and doses of the specific medicines the user said they employ. The reason why they are doing that is because although myself, you, and in the words of legendary Alpha MC, our virtual travelers, our virtual tourists, our virtual, in the words of legendary Alpha MC, the virtual travelers, the virtual tourists, the virtual tour family, although we over here and others of us are utilizing this as a teaching tool. And I remember some of that Dr. Phil said. I know he's a quack in some areas, but when it was the Aspire initiative that Robin McGraw created, and she created the Aspire app, they did not show what the app looked like because abusers could have been watching the Dr. Phil show and they would have shown that app, then the abuser could have taken the phone and did what they need to do to delete the phone and everything else. So shout out to CNN for being proactive to recognize that even though that information is very valuable, and very essentially necessary to highlight the weight, the magnitude, and the ferocity of this story, there are people out there who are abusing women, men, children, babies, and everything in between, including animals, right from this space right here, right now, as we're speaking. So the fact that they did add those doses and the names of the medications, that way more abuse won't be able to happen. Shout out to CNN for being proactive with that. Let's get back to it here. We are live on tour. We're talking about a group on Telegram called the Zzz group, and they have shared videos and photos and audio as well, probably, of drugging and raping women. It has had over 1,000 members, and it was on Telegram, which has also been through an investigation for the transference of CP, and many other crimes. Let's continue. Oh, God. User 1, been wanting to do this to my missus for ages. I can get blank, but honestly, shit scared of overdose. That's user 1. User 2, always start low. You're thinking long game. So if first time ain't close, up the dose. That's what user 2 said. User 3, blank milligrams or I think that's milligrams, in a milkshake. She felt nauseous, so I gave her a tablet of idiom was blank. Did blank her well, but she was not out enough and had no more blank on me. One motherless user claimed to be running a business selling and dispatching sleeping liquids to any address in the world. The man, who said he was based in Krua, a tiny Spanish enclave on the North African coast, said on his Telegram account that it would cost 150 euros, approximately $175 US converted, for a bottle of the liquid that he said was tasteless and odorless. Your wife won't feel anything and won't remember anything, he said. So there are packages right there, and multiple receipts right here. So I'm guessing you go into the group and then you are pulled up to this here from royalmail.com. And by the way, I just want to say this. The United States Postal Service has nothing to do with this. Nothing to do with this. They probably don't even know the magnitude of this. Okay, just wanted to say that, and probably Royal Mail has nothing to do with this as well. So just wanted to say that. While the platforms vary inside such groups, video is king. Some users advertise live streams showing the abuse of drugged women in real time for $20 per viewer, with cryptocurrency the preferred means of payment. CNN, how were your streams going? Making any money? User, yeah, it went well that night. 3 guys bought, and I streamed my unconscious wife to them. CNN, and did they direct you? User, they told me what to do, and I did it. Another user who said he was based in West Africa shared a clip from a previous live stream. He said he done to entice us to his next. And a woman who said was his sleeping wife could be heard snoring, and then climbs on top of her, and then the clip ends. In Poland, the woman Pior said was his wife also appears to be unaware of what is happening to her. Pior, I still have a few photos, but it's hard for me to put her to sleep. Many of these groups operate shielded by the anonymity of the internet. They also find a sense of community and perverse camaraderie as they normalize abuse. For months, Pior spoke openly with us and even shared what he said was his address, rather. Pior, 2 sleeping tablets should be enough, plus some drinks. Even 1 is enough if there's more alcohol. CNN, does your wife suspect anything? Pior, for now, I'm hiding everything well, but I have to be careful. But when it came to meeting face to face, he resisted. We wanted to confirm he was who he said he was, so we traveled to his hometown in Poland. CNN found Pior and his wife at a local restaurant. Uncertain how he might react and unwilling to put her in danger, we chose not to confront him, instead reaching out to police about our findings. Pior is just one actor in a vast global network, his wife likely among many unaware victims, but some survivors know. You know, I talk about, broadcast journalism a lot on this channel. And I remember asking Thor Wasbine, I'm going to come on the big screen for this. I remember asking Thor Wasbine, a good friend and mentor of mine. He was over the broadcast journalism program at Kent State University. He's transferred on to another college. I recently reconnected with him, but I remember a event that we had, and I asked a question that it really boggled my mind. Of journalists know how to be on the ground, do the research, verify everything in between. We know how to broadcast the totality of the information as we have it. But how do we, as journalists, as consumers of information, and as citizens of society, be about the aftermath of a cultural event? And I can tell you that Thor was he was stunned in his stillness, because that's a question that I don't think we think about a lot. Just because the Maui fires are over doesn't mean that they're still not rebuilding. New Orleans has been still rebuilding after Hurricane Katrina for how many years? The fires that have happened in California, right? And so the reason why I'm tearing up is because even though CNN, MSNBC, fake news, Fox News, I meant to play out my tongue and be like, slip of the tongue. Even though Fox News and all these other news organizations, they are reporting on stories 24/7. It is a very heavy weight, but a profound responsibility to be the one of few chosen to be able to be a recorder of history. But when it gets so serious that you talk to this person over chat, over text, over whatever platform, and you want to do the right thing and interview him to gain the full context, conjecture, and connection of the story, but you don't know how he will react with his wife, I can only imagine the heavy hearts that those 5 journalists in CNN had, and recognizing if they make a move, he could end his wife's life potentially that night. That's how real this is. We're almost close to an hour on this because it deserves a full hour on this. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. But he's your husband. When Zoe Watts learned that her husband of 16 years has been crushing her son's sleep medicine into her tea and raping her while she was passed out, it shattered her world. Let me read that 2 more times. When Zoe Watts learned that her husband of 16 years, almost 2 decades, had been crushing her son's sleeping medicine into her tea and raping her while she passed out, it shattered her world. When Zoe Watts learned that her husband of 16 years had been crushing her son's sleeping medicine into her tea and raping her while she was passed out, it shattered her world. We worry about who's coming behind us walking down the street, or who's even friending us on Facebook. We worry about going to our car late at night in a car park, but we don't worry about who you lie next to. I didn't realize that I had to. Watts said. Her then husband's confession, not confection. Sorry, confection is desserts, sweets and treats and stuff. But confession came on an otherwise ordinary Sunday in 2018, after the couple, who share 4 children, had returned from church. He reeled off a list of his wrongdoings as if it was, a shopping list, Watts said, speaking to CNN at her house in Devon, England. He told her the abuse had been going on for years. He source said, "I've been using our son's sleeping medication to put in your last cup of tea at night to tie you down, take photographs, and grape you." The admission left Watts questioning all their intimate moments. At the end of a very busy day, I was just grateful I had a cup of tea before I went to bed because I was so tired I didn't have to make it, she said, adding, "You don't expect anything other than innocence to come from your partner." So there is Zoe Watts. That is her story there. Concerned about her children and still grappling with what happened to her, she initially kept it a secret. The internal struggle eventually took a toll on her health. After a serious panic attack, Watts told her sister. Then their mother called the police. I just want you to know that if you have a family and someone has done this to you, I've said this statement many times before. There's a statement called family is police. Where is he at? Shut your fucking ass up. Where's he at? All right, listen. Meet up spot. We need to grab. Family, roll out. We're going to be right back. That's what real families do. Believe you me. Just because you haven't heard about it, don't mean it don't happen. But also, too, after severe panic attack, that's probably not the best thing to do to a family member. You have every right to do it, but being able to leave a paper trail is helpful. And I know it's difficult for us because, as we have seen with police and Black people, we've seen, Sandra Bland, we've seen Sonia Massey, right? We've seen George Floyd, and countless of others. We've seen what ICE has done by deleting a white man and a white woman in the middle of the day. There was just the thing just now that I saw before getting on tour of all of you, that 2 ICE agents waved pals in 2 people's faces. Freely, by the way, I might add. So who do you trust when you feel like no one wants you? Who do you trust when you feel like no one wants you? Who do you trust when you feel like nobody wants you around? Let's continue. Give me a moment, y'all. After a serious panic attack, Watts told her sister, then their mother called the police. While she believes pressing charges was the right decision at the time, it was agonizing. A 4-year legal process saw her children become targets for bullying at school and left her social network all but devastated. Let me just say this to all of the children who bullied those kids: screw all of y'all. And I hope your parents disrespectfully handled y'all. If they did not, they are just as complicit. Okay. All right, moving on. Watts said one of the many difficult aspects of her ordeal has been confronting people's assumptions about abuse within a marriage, even though She recognizes that they are rooted in misinformation and unconscious bias. I've had people say, "Yeah, but he's your husband," but you weren't awake, so it's not the same thing as being taken down an alleyway, is it? Her ex-husband is serving an 11-year sentence for rape, sexual assault by penetration, and drugging. And I hope they're taking care of his ass in jail. Disrespectfully. With no lube. Hope the mouth is fucked up, tired, and broken. I hope it hurts like hell when he's gotta use the restroom. From the back or the front. Watts still struggles to use the word rape to describe what happened to her. It is too painful. There is a shame and a guilt that comes with that. Oh, maybe I should have known, or I can't believe I didn't realize. Why did I connect those dots? He was trying to change my reality. The enduring stigma is exactly what Giselle Peicot has sought to challenge on the international stage, telling the world at her former husband's trial that shame must change sides. In the town of Wigan, Northwest England, Amanda Stanhope, who too was raped by her ex-partner, says Giselle's strength inspired her to speak out. She broke, the silence and shame. If she can do it, then so can I. Stanhope said. She now posts videos on social media to spread awareness about this type of abuse, encouraging women to trust their instincts. Over a 5-year period, Stanhope said that she would often fall asleep without remembering how, and wake up to bruises on her body, in different clothes, with a towel under her, without any memory as to why. After waking up a few times to her partner violently raping her, Stanhope knew something was wrong and asked him to stop. Instead, Stanhope said she was gaslit. He would then turn on me and say, "Well, you're on too much medication. You must be imagining it. That didn't happen. You're mental. You're crazy," she said. So even though I felt 100% sure that something had happened, he was trying to change my reality, saying that it had happened, even though the physical signs were there. With the support of her brother, Stanhope eventually went to police. Her former partner was charged with rape and sexual assault. He took his own life before the case went to court. And I hope that God sent him on the fastest elevator to hell. And I hope there was extra gas. I hope there was gasoline draws on with hot charcoal lined inside the underwear. Sharing her story is a part of Stanhope's healing process, but the trauma has unequivocally changed her outlook. I see everyone as a potential predator, Stanhope said, adding, "It took my innocence for people away." That is Amanda Stanhope's story right there. Survivor Valentina, a mother of two who lives in northern Italy, who has CNN not to use her real name, she said, too, has a hard time trusting anyone. I can't convene of the fact that a woman could be treated like slaughterhouse meat, rather. Because in the end, that's what I was, Valentina said, reflecting on the horror of discovering videos that her husband of 20 years had filmed, showing him abusing her after he drugged her with alcohol and sedatives. I was looking to find the videos because truly it would have been a bit difficult to believe because I had no marks. She added, Valentina doesn't remember the abuse, but it left psychological scars. No matter how much you try to brush it off, it's always right there beside you. The experience you had, she said, adding that it just takes a bed, a camera, and a different scent to trigger her. She is seeing a psychologist to help her move through the trauma, but still feels fresh. As much as I might be happy, smiling on the outside, then I come home. So this is the roof. This is the foundation. Home. I still have to deal making friends with my nightmares, which is always just behind the door, she said. In 2021, Valentina's former husband was sentenced to 8 years in prison for multiple aggravated sexual assaults. Same thing for the first husband to happen to this one too. Or we could just send Lorena Bobbitt to the prison and just take care of them, okay? We could do that too. Although I think that was a little extreme for what she did, okay? If you don't know Lorena Bobbitt, look up your history, okay? All right. And I know Betty Broderick would definitely be teaming up with Lorena Bobbitt to handle these men too. So listen, years later, she is still struggling to understand his motivation. Like Dominique Perricott in PR, Valentina said her husband was spending lots of time online, possibly seeking a self-education in rape. I was branded for life with a hot iron. I was branded for life with a hot iron. I was branded for life with a hot iron. Some forms of adult content or adultography, rather, to put respectfully, have long normalized violence against women as entertainment with algorithms that favor extreme content, further pushing exploitative material into the mainstream, experts say. Claire McGlynn, a law professor at Durham University and an expert on violence against women and girls, told CNN that the growing presence of voyeuristic material on mainstream adult sites glorifies abusive behaviors both on and offline. It's a problem that many men and many people in society are taking seriously enough, she said. For users within the online sleep on community, the thrill of abuse is not only in the act itself, but in the collective dynamics surrounding it, said Annabelle Montague, a psychologist who assessed half of the men convicted in the Pelicot trial, including Dominique, who organized the crimes. Within these sites, there's also this notion of almost brotherhood. She said, adding that participants find themselves creating bonds that reinforce their narcissistic needs, rather. Sandrine Jousseau, a French lawmaker who, after being drugged by a former French senator, sounds like somebody the rest of the country elected to be president of the United States. Back to that confession real quick, if you indulge me real quick.
Indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm, it's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm, it's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, indicated that she loved it. Okay, she loved it until commercial break. In fact, I think she said it was sexy, didn't she? It was very sexy to be raped. Didn't she say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm, it's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper.
Let's continue. Shout out to the 4 people that were just here. Glad to have you here. We are live on tour. We've been talking about the Z group, rather, that has been on Telegram with over 1,000 members sending video, photos, and audio of them drugging and raping their wives. And there is a Grape Academy where 62 million men visited that online academy to learn how to do that to their wives and their partners. That is where we are at 12:08 p.m. on the East Coast, 11:08 down south. Glad to have all of you here. We are live on tour. Sandrine Josino, a French lawmaker who, after being drugged by a former French senator, has campaigned to raise awareness about drug facilitated sexual abuse. D4VD calls the group Schools of Violence. I would even call them a online Grape Academy where every subject is taught. There are all the subjects and disciplines needed to become a good rapist or sexual predator, she said. Z's group member, or group user rather, group member and group user, to put disrespect onto this person's existence. I've hoped I've helped in some way, my friend. Today and tomorrow are the best days to make it happen. Good luck to everyone. Meanwhile, the landscape of drug-facilitated assault is continuing to evolve, with perpetrators pivoting to more readily available prescription medicines that act quickly and leave little trace in the body compared to the date rape drugs of the past, making it harder for such cases to make their way to trial. U.S.-based sleep specialist Michael Kramer-Born told CNN, it's difficult rather to know how widespread drug-facilitated sexual assault DSFA is, as reliable data is limited. Across Europe, most criminal justice systems either lack specific monitoring systems for DFSA or do not include it as a separate category in official crime statistics, meaning there's no fully comparable Europe-wide or European-wide data set on such assaults. This is a topic where reliable, specific data or data is scarce by design. A World Health Organization spokesperson, or WHO, told CNN, adding that there are no accurate assessments of this type of abuse due to how underreported it is. I remember a map that I saw of child sex trafficking, and it looked like a big red fucking city. You'll get just goosebumps on you. It looked like typopia, where you see like many holes, and that is a real fear too. It was on that level. You know what I mean? And like I said, I know YouTube has evolved their rules to be able to discuss things like this in a educational manner. And that's exactly the way I'm taking this. There is no other way to bring this to you but through a educational lens, perspective, and in commentary form to you. Like I said, this is probably one of the, if not the hardest tour I have ever done in 3 years. But I am so good with spending an hour on this topic alone because it deserves to be spent. This topic deserves to be spent for this amount of time. Let's continue. Many Many go underreported because victims feel embarrassment, guilt, or perceived responsibility, or because they have limited memory of the assault. The spokesperson said low reporting is further compounded by a lack of training for both hospital staff and police in recognizing victims of DFSA, experts say. In England and Wales, the jurisdiction in which survivors Watts and Stanhope live, 43% of recorded sexual assaults involved a partner or an ex-partner, according to March 2025 data, marking a minor decrease from 45% 5 years ago. The proportion of victims recorded as having been assaulted while unconscious or asleep has risen to 23% from 21% over the last decade. Conviction rates for sexual offenses across Europe, as in the United States, remain low. This comes as no surprise to Stanhope. She says she was shocked by the initial police response to a video that showed her former partner sexually assaulting her while she was unconscious. I thought, there's the evidence, and the police said to me, well, we can't use that. That isn't clear evidence because it looks like you're pretending to be asleep. And I thought, there's the evidence, and the police said to me, well, we can't use that. That isn't clear evidence because it looks like you're pretending to be asleep. I thought, here's the evidence, and the police said to me, well, we can't use that. That isn't clear evidence because it looks like you're pretending to be asleep. Police eventually charged Stanhope's former partner, but her experience underscores why so many victims of domestic abuse do not report these crimes to the public trial. A defense used by several of Giselle's rapists was that they believed it was a part of a consensual sex game. Watts told CNN that her former partner presented a similar explanation. He said he thought I wanted me to find myself waking up with him having sex with me, like I asked him for it, she said. McGlynn, law professor, told CNN that while the law, at least in the United Kingdom, is generally well equipped to cover the range of criminal offenses committed by men who drug and rape their partners, the global online phenomenon persists because of reluctance from governments to go after what she sees as the heart of the problem, the online platforms themselves. During the course of CNN's investigation, the Zzz group was taken off the messaging platform Telegram. Telegram did not respond directly to CNN's questions about the Zzz group, but in a statement to CNN following publication of this report, it said that content that encourages sexual violence is explicitly forbidden by its terms of service and is removed whenever discovered. Moderators empowered with custom artificial intelligence tools proactively monitor public parts of the app, which means there are private parts of the app, and accepts reports in order to ban accounts breaching our terms of service and removing millions of pieces of harmful content each day. That includes content that calls for sexual violence, it said. And while the website being used by the rapist in the Pelcom case, Coco, was taken offline, other sites are springing up. The Coco founder was charged with operating a platform that allegedly enabled a wide range of serious crimes, including sexual exploitation, drug trafficking, and financial crimes. He has denied the accusations and is awaiting trial. Last year, the United Kingdom communications service regulator Ofcom investigated motherless.com, not for the site's content, but for its parent company, the Luxembourg-registered Kick Online Entertainment SA, allegedly failing to complete a suitable and sufficient legal content risk assessment. The investigation was closed after the company provided the necessary paperwork, the regulator said. Ofcom opened a sequential investigation into whether Kick Online Entertainment SA had put age checks in place to protect children from adultography. In February 2016, the company Motherless did not respond to CNN's request for comment. I want to see something real quick. Kick Online Entertainment SA. Okay, so that's not that Kick. Okay, that's a different Kick. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay, sorry. Ofcom opened a sequential investigation into whether Kick Online Entertainment SA had put age checks in place to protect children from adultography, and in February 2026, found the company Motherless did not respond to CNN request for comment. Ofcom told CNN its job was not to tell platforms what specific content to take down, and that the responsibility is on the platforms to decide whether content is illegal. Motherless has avoided being targeted for the type of content posted on its site due to U.S. safe harbor protections that largely shield platform owners from direct liability for their users' uploads. This creates spaces where men like Pelcott can operate behind a veil of anonymity. Their abuse is too often invisible despite being exploited in plain sight. While it's unclear what's next for PR, the online communities he inhabit live on. Update: in early April, Polish authorities arrested a man on charges of aggravated rape. The district prosecutor's office in Lublin declined to officially confirm his identity. Polish media outlets have identified the man arrested as PR, the man who authorities said had committed the charges. The man who authorities said had admitted to the charges against him, has remained in custody. He could face 3 to 20 years in prison if convicted, the prosecutor's office said. I'm going to finish reading all this because everything in this article is very important. Here's what to know about drug facilitated SA. Drugging someone to rape or sexually assault them is called drug facilitated SA, sexual assault DFSA. Propofol, GHB, and chloral hydrate are examples of drugs more typically associated with drug facilitated sexual assault and date rape. U.S.-based sleep specialist Michael Kramer-Boren told CNN propofol and GHB fall within the benzoline family. Excuse me if I'm butchering that. A group of sedative hypnotic depressants, as these drugs are highly controlled in the United States. Kramer-Boren said that there has been a pivot towards people using alternative drugs for date rape purposes. One drug he highlighted is Sulfofen, a prescription sedative hypnotic known for its rapid onset, is prescribed to people struggling with insomnia. As Sulfofen, commonly known in the United States as Ambien, falls outside of the benzocaine family, it is often more readily available, but if misuse can be nefarious, Kramer-Bowen said. What are the signs of being drugged? The side effects of GHB and propofol resemble those of being heavily intoxicated, including weakness, fatigue, slurred speech, loss of motor coordination, and visual impairment, and can begin within 15 to 30 minutes of consumption, according to Stanford University. Urine testing for propofol can detect its presence up to 5 days after administration, while GHB can stay in the system for up to 12 hours, Sulfofen stays in the system for a shorter time, usually exiting within 7 to 8 hours, While active, possible side effects include instability, unsteadiness, drowsiness, dizziness, and headaches, according to Kramer-Bowen. He warned that the risks associated with Sulfofen are not taken seriously enough, despite the fact it carries a black box label, the most serious warning placed on FDA, Food and Drug Administration approved prescription drugs in the United States. All 3 drugs can trigger memory loss amnesia, he said. All 3 drugs can trigger memory loss amnesia, he said. All 3 drugs can trigger memory loss amnesia. He said, what should you do if you think you've been drugged? If you think you have been drugged or spiked, seek help immediately. Tell a trusted person and go to the hospital. Call emergency services. By the way, the Aspire app that Robert McGraw made is free. It's in the Google Play Store and the Google App Store. You download that. It'll look like news, but there's a go button. You hit that, sends out alert to 3 people that you trust, respect, and you care about, and they care about you, vice versa. And many more other apps and platforms that are great resources, tools, and pathways for you to get to where you need to be for freedom. There's even a particular shot that you can order, right? And if they order that type of shot, then the bartender can know to pick up an Uber or call police or what have you, right? like I said, it's important to be an informed citizen because you never know how you can be a solution later on down the line, whether for yourself or for others. Report to the police as soon as possible. This is going back to what should you do if you think you've been drugged. Report to the police as soon as possible, as many date-rape drugs leave the body within the 12 to 72 hour time frame. The 72-hour time frame. Avoid drinking alcohol, and if possible, keep the suspected substance or spiked drink for testing. Help is available for help in the United States. Call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. That's 1-800-656-4673. That's 1-800-656-4673. Or chat 24/7 on RAINN, RAINN.org. That's RAINN.org. That's RAINN.org. Internationally, a worldwide list of directories is provided by United Nations Women with international agencies on the Pixel Project. Have you been directly affected by the topics discussed in this report? Click here to share your experiences. Like I said, wonderful job. Let me mention everybody here because everybody deserves their credit. Reporters, Shakska Bardun, Mika Kennedy, and Kara Fox. Writer Kara Fox. Contributors Carlotta Darto, Gabrielle Mongo, Lisa Corabas, Elena Balder, Kim, and Antonia Morrison. Please forgive me for butchering your name. It is not on purpose. I would just want y'all to get y'all credit because y'all did a great motherfucking ass job. Designer Eleanor Stubbs, developer Marco Chan, illustrator Angie Tricuri, commissioning editor Lyden Oxhofer, story editor Laura Smith, visual editor Enique Peterson, video editors Mark Barron, Nick Blott, senior video director Nicole Barnscher, senior video producer Mike Kerber, and photojournalist Mark Esper. So shout out to each and every single one of you. Like I said, I wanted to spend a full hour on that. I'm glad we did. So if you don't know my thoughts about this destination by now, if you are about that energy, if you support that, if you make way for that, get from the fuck around me. Get from the fuck around my family, my friends, my supporters, here, there, and anywhere I care about somebody. Get from the fuck around them. And get from the fuck around society and get from the fuck around of existing. And leave the rest of us the fuck alone. Fuck all of y'all who do that shit. We're going to take a commercial break because I need it. You need it, and we all need it after that. We do have more tour for you, including a video to supplement that great CNN article. And then when we come back, we got Crew Kvern, which is another destination related to that, but it's its own destination. We'll talk about that. Spirit Airlines, Dr. Erica Schwartz, you, me, and Tuscany, Cleveland, David, and Ashlee Janae. We have a lot more tour to go. We're live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this moment.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Brave lonely, got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave unleashed, got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Brave unleashed, got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down. truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be, brilliantly bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth, we're free. Trust and believe it's entertainment, news done away with. Release, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mirar's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
I got a question for you. What does this city know about luxury? Huh? What does a town that's been to hell and back know about the finer things in life? Well, I'll tell you, more than most. You see, it's the hottest fires that make the hardest steel. Add hard work and conviction, and the know-how that runs generations deep in every last one of us. That's who we are. That's our story. Now, it's probably not the one you've been reading in papers, the one being written by folks who've never even been here and don't know what we're capable of. Because when it comes to luxury, it's as much about where it's from as who it's for. Now, we're from America, but this isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City.
This is the Motor City, and this is what we do.
Dear Founding Fathers, first of all, about that more perfect union thing, we're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. So let's see, what would you be most interested to know about us? Well, the British didn't turn out. Dear Founding Fathers, first of all, about that more perfect union thing, we're not quite there yet, but we're working on it. So let's see, what would you be most interested to know about us? Well, the British didn't turn out to be a big issue. The French did for a while, but we're all cool now. Let's talk about democracy, our republic. We became a great nation, and while imperfect, we've done some great things. 2 American brothers figured out how to fly, and we haven't stopped since. D-Day was incredible. A victory for democracy, defeat for tyranny. And who did we fight alongside? The British. In the summer of 1969, we landed on the moon. We did that a couple of times. George Washington turned out to be the most popular among all of you. He's on our money. He's got his own monument. A bridge was named after him. So was the center of our government. That's where our Congress sits. We spell it, by the way, with 2 S's now. But here in what you named the United States, we are not united. In fact, we have 50 states now, and tonight on election night, we will mark them red or blue to show which candidate has won enough votes to win each state. You never got to see the country we became or how big we got. We've got 350 million people now. You didn't see women as equal members of society. Tonight, a woman is on the ballot for president for the 2nd time. You left us to fight a civil war to abolish something most of you practiced, the enslavement of human beings. And in all the years since, we the people have taken on the push for equality, and it's still a struggle every day. If I'm being honest, there still is not a lot that unites us. There was a day this past spring when the sun went away just briefly. People wept, they cheered at the sight of it, they got engaged, they got married, but mostly they were there united in their amazement. Tonight is a messy one for us. It's election night. We pick a new president between a former president and the current vice president. Last time we did this, it was far from the peaceful process you envisioned. No one ever said striving to be a more perfect union would be easy. Whatever happens tonight, we'll have a republic tomorrow and the next day, but please, Founding Fathers, please grant us the wisdom and the strength to get through this and work this out. This is our home. I've spent all my life calling this the greatest nation on earth. Thank you for all that you did. I know you left us believing you'd done the best you could. We'll take it from here. And look at the time. Our election night starts right now.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back in to Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. You know, usually I play about 4 commercials and then we come back live on tour. But I wanted to play that Brian Williams intro that he did on that fated election night because we needed a mental palate cleanser. I think about that last line he said, I know you gave us the best you could, and thank you for what you did. We'll take it from here. We still got a long way to go. Thank God that we have good people like those journalists and organizations like CNN and good people like the rest of us that's trying to stand up to move out the way any and every obstacle so we can get to that other side of victory. All right, let's continue, everybody. We do have more Brainley's Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here, right now. Here is a video to complement that in-depth, deep in the breadth of that CNN article here. Here we go.
Right now, we are halfway through Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and tragically, there have been several headlines in just the last few days that really remind us, all of us, of how...
All right, here we go again, y'all. Sorry about that.
Right now, we are halfway through Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and tragically, there have been several headlines in just the last few days that really remind all of us of how prevalent this issue is, particularly when it comes to violence against women. Tonight, we're going to talk about several news stories over the last 7 days that might be really hard to hear, including a U.S. congressman's alleged sexual assaults of multiple women, a renewed discussion over consent, a former lieutenant governor taking the lives of his wife and his own, and a bombshell investigation by CNN exposing a worldwide ring of men who systemically target and abuse their own wives. And that investigation is the main reason we're talking about all of this tonight. My executive producer, Dylan Dahlberg, and I spoke about this at length. And even though this is going to be extremely disturbing and hard to talk about, tough for a lot of people to hear, it's an important story that really needs to be talked about. Millions of men from all over the world collaborating on ways to drug and abuse the people they swore vows to love and protect, and teaching each other how to do it. The fallout from this investigation spreading like wildfire on social media. So here to unpack some of this for us is Dr. Tracy Stulberg, a marriage and family therapist who has a lot of experience dealing with tragedies, just like the ones we're talking about tonight. Before we get into it, though, we thought it might be a little bit helpful to take this by the numbers and break down the hard truth behind the topic. Take a look at this. First, in just this last month, there were 82 million visits to that online Rape Academy website. So hard to even say those words, which we're going to talk about in just a second here. Meantime, across the U.S., between 10 to 14% of married women are raped by their partners. And in 17 states, a spouse cannot be convicted of raping a partner who is unconscious, drugged, or otherwise incapacitated, all because of outdated laws still in the books. In the meantime, according to a survey conducted by the National Resource Center on Domestic Violence, 50% of male college students believe it is impossible for a man to rape his wife, and 34% said they would rape someone if they knew they could get away with it. Now, you may have heard people say, not all men, which is shorthand for not all men are responsible for hurting women. Well, when you have statistics as shockingly high as the ones we just mentioned, it's not surprising that you're seeing more and more people say it's all men until it's none of them, meaning until women can be sure they don't need to worry about being harmed, it's better to be safe than sorry. And so we thank you so much for joining us here today, Doctor, to unpack some of this.
Well, thank you for having me.
I know it was quite disturbing for you to even hear about this, but anyone who spends time online or in the news talking and listening about how to protect people during this important month would have heard about this Rape Academy. This is a really disturbing thing. Men telling other men how to hurt their own spouses. Unpack that for us for a moment.
Well, I was quite shocked. I mean, I thought I couldn't be more surprised since I work with survivors and offenders and members dealing with many of these issues. But there was some kind of idea that this is okay. And it's not just the person who created this website, who maybe created it because they might make money, but they're also
money, yeah.
But you're right. They have some serious mental health issues that obviously other people that are part of this website have as well. When I heard the numbers of people that had visited this, I thought, oh my goodness. I was trying to think, well, how many does that mean in a day? Or how many does that mean in a year? Where are these people coming from? And what's going to happen when these women get told that they were videotaped by the person who vowed to love, honor, respect them?
And so we take for a moment that supposed academy away for a second and talk about the underlying issue with spousal rape that people don't even consider. In fact, some of the stats that we talked about indicated the way some young men are growing up thinking what is and isn't acceptable. Consent can be given, consent can be taken away as well. Talk about that for a moment.
So, consent, first of all, if you're going to give consent, you can't be obliterated by alcohol or drugs. You can't be sleeping. You need to be verbally able to give consent. And if any time during a sex act either things get dicey or you're not wanting, you can take away consent, but it has to be respected. And we have plenty of people who say, well, no. I mean, if someone told me yes, because I checked and they said, yeah, I'll have sex with you, but then they wanted to stop, No, that you can't do that. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And we're trying to teach our younger people this, but according to whatever survey that was, a lot of people don't get it. And it's not just them. I work with women that for years did not report to anyone, even family members, that they were being raped by their spouse because they weren't sure if it was rape.
Well, and the myth here is that because you have a wedding ring on your hand and that you've made a vow with this person, they made a vow to you, that somehow that ensures some kind of a forever bond to be able to do whatever the heck you want. And you're saying, quite to the contrary, as someone who deals with victims all the time, that's just not true.
No.
You don't have right or an access to sex anytime you want.
No, it's not a get sex free card. You know, you have to get consent. And to think that we've raised our women in some ways to not know that difference also is very sad. You know, we've had some that say, well, you know, we didn't physically fight anymore, but he made me have sex with him. And you said, well, what does that mean? Well, I don't know. He said, let's have sex. We're going to have sex. And I said, okay. So the message then is that I don't even know if I can say, no, I will not have sex with you, or I don't want to have sex with you and have it be respected.
Let's talk about this this Congressman Swalwell and the issue that we're seeing here. These are just allegations right now. However, so many of the folks who are on the side, I guess Swalwell and his attorneys would say there was consent. Unpack that for us. How important is it for us to make the differentiation between what true consent really is in a case like this?
Well, if you are deciding to have sex with someone, there are plenty of issues, especially with this, that you have to take a look at. One, does he have control over your work? Is this somebody who you report to?
So as rank or power, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you take a look at plenty of these cases that come up, some of these women felt like they were forced. Some of these women with this particular case, one in particular said she was willing to have sex. But what she wasn't willing to do is go to a bar, think that they're just going to have a drink, and then not remember anything and wake up.
And then we have another case, obviously, in the news on this really important month to talk about stopping violence against women. And this one was the murder-suicide that we just reported up on today with that high-level lieutenant governor, former lieutenant governor and his wife. This is obviously a very tragic turn of events, but one that we see all too often.
I think you're right. I mean, I believe that there was a restraining order as well because there had been violence in this family. My heart breaks. Those kids were in the house.
Right.
What had to have been going through his mind to decide he was going to kill this person and then kill himself because he's too much of a coward to.
Sure.
A piece of
well, it's a very sad case, and that one, of course, is one that continues to haunt so many people. But the most dangerous time for so many people is when they're planning on leaving a marriage, as you've reported to us before, and we know so many therapists have talked about. Look, the bottom line is all of us have a responsibility to call out bad behavior and terrible behavior and abhorrent behavioral. And that's hopefully what we're beginning is. If we start the conversation at this table, it continues in the important places in your home where that can then continue as well. Dr. Tracy Stolberg, it's so good to see you. Thanks for being with us on a tough assignment for you to talk about and unpack a topic that is certainly very hard. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. If you or someone you know is in need of help, advice, or resources, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline, which is run by the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. The phone number is 1-800-656-HOPE, or you can find more information on our website, at their website rather, online, RAINN.org. There will be someone there to take your call 24/7. And remember, you are never alone.
So if you're looking for the rest of the show, just go to that timestamp there. All right, everybody, let's continue. We do have more Bring These Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now. Let's get to it. From the New York Post, everybody. As y'all know, Offset went back to the casino, but before he did that, he did that, but then he went to the University of Arkansas in favor of Arkansas. Home of those mighty hogs, woo Pixie Razorbacks, but something else happened there. This is from the New York Post, rather. Once again, college frat bro allegedly punches, strangles, and rapes woman at fraternity house. Cops. College frat bro allegedly punches, strangles, and rapes woman at fraternity house. College frat bro allegedly punches, strangles, and rapes woman at fraternity house. Cops. A University of Arkansas student allegedly raped, strangled, and threatened to break the rib. Files revealed. A University of Arkansas student allegedly raped, strangled, and threatened to break the ribs of a woman inside his fraternity house last month. A University of Arkansas student allegedly raped, strangled, and threatened to break the ribs of a woman inside his fraternity house last month, disturbing police files revealed. Crew Kvern, 19 years old, you heard me correctly, 19 years old, was arrested on Sunday for rape, aggravated assault, and third-degree burglary charges for the violent attack that unfolded on St. Patrick's Day, according to court records obtained by the Post. The victim met the sophomore Kappa Sigma frat bro for the first time that day at a business in Fayetteville with friends, according to an arrest affidavit obtained by KNWA. Shot to them. And here's the piece of shit bastard right here. Crew Kvern, 19 years old. Crew Kvern, 19 years old. Crew Kvern, 19 years old. The group then went to the university's Kappa Sigma house where Kvern lived, court documents said, according to the outlet. The victim told investigators that she went to Kvern's room after the group left, at which point he allegedly got handsy, documents said. After the two started kissing, the sicko squeezed her throat to the point where she had a hard time breathing and became dizzy. When they stopped kissing, Kvern allegedly demanded to have sex with her. After she said no, which was her right to do, slapped her across the face and punched her, the filings said. Slapped her across the face and punched her. Slapped her across the face and punched her after she said no. The creep allegedly raped her and asked her not to touch his shorts, terrifyingly punching her in the stomach when she accidentally touched them. So I'm doing it softly to my own stomach, but imagine that stomach. The victim reported in the affidavit, Kvern even allegedly told the woman it would be easy to throw her on the floor and break her rib cage before continuing to kiss her, according to court papers. Documents detail further abuse, with the victim stating she was too scared to tell him no after he became physically aggressive when she refused to have sex with him earlier. She also reported that she was worried she would pass out when Kvern hindered her breathing, the outlet reported. The frat bro claimed the encounter was solely consensual in an interview with university's police department. Investigators, however, interviewed 5 people who corroborate the victim's statements. The local station reported. That is the house there on the campus of the University of Arkansas. Kvern was arrested on Sunday and released from the Washington County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond a day later, according to arrest records. Let me read that to you 2 more times. Kvern was arrested on Sunday and released from the Washington County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond a day later. Kvern was arrested on Sunday and released from the Washington County Detention Center on a $100,000 bond a day later, according to arrest records. Kappa Sigma fraternity was notified of this issue, and the chapter at the University of Arkansas has cooperated with local authorities. Kappa Sigma will not tolerate or condone any form of harassment or abusive behavior. The fraternity sent a statement to KNWA. The Kappa Sigma fraternity and the University of Arkansas did not immediately respond to the post request for comment. Kvern is back in court on May 6th. That said. A lot going on in the world today, and like I said, one of my thoughts about this destination: we spent 1 hour and 50 minutes and 33 seconds talking about our online grape academy. Just because he's 19 doesn't mean shit to me. He did what he did. He was grown. He deserves grown punishment. I hope he disrespectfully gets handled. And shout out to those 5 people that corroborated that victim's statement. Shout out to each and every single one of them. And honestly, I know the U of A has a tough assignment like every other university. When something like this happens, what do you do to the fraternity or sorority? Do you delete the fraternity sorority? Do you delete the house? Do you delete everybody's scholarships? What do? You hold that person accountable, and you let everybody know any one of y'all do this, you will be disrespectfully handled the same way. We don't fucking play that shit. Let's roll on. We do have more Bring These Virtual Tour Live coming up right from the space right here and right now, everybody. From the points guide, Spirit Airlines could shut down imminently. Reports say, here's what to do if you're scheduled to fly with them. So as you guys know, not United, but Spirit Airlines could have merged with Frontier Airlines or JetBlue, and those deals did not pan out. I think Allegiant has partnered with Sun County or Sun Valley, Sun something Airlines, and they just have to approve with the shareholders. But here we go. Here's what to do if you're scheduled to fly with them. Spirit Airlines faces possible shutdown and liquidation due to financial struggles and rising jet fuel costs. You can thank the president and everybody else voted for that with tariffs. The airline has operated under bankruptcy protection twice since late 2024 and is currently attempting to restructure. Passengers with future tickets may be able to recover airfare if they pay by credit card, though refunds are not guaranteed. Travel insurance coverage for airline is obviously varies and may depend on the timing of the ticket purchase and specific policy terms. Spirit Airlines is at risk of shutting down and liquidating as soon as this week. According to 2 reports, this could mean the end of the ultra low-cost carrier. Bloomberg and CNBC separately reported late Wednesday that the airline is expected to run out of cash imminently as a result of surging jet fuel costs. Spirit has struggled to turn a profit since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. It has filed for bankruptcy twice since late 2024, most recently in August. We don't comment on market rumors and speculation, a spokesperson for Spirit told the Points Guy. Spirit continued to operate flights and sell tickets on Thursday. However, concerns across the airline industry were growing. The Florida-based airline had hoped to exit its second bankruptcy by this summer after reaching an agreement with creditors in late February. It was in the process of shrinking its fleet and reconfiguring its network in an effort for a more viable business model. Numerous Spirit aircraft has been spotted flying to a storage facility in Southern California Logistics Airport, VCV, in Victorville, California in recent days, though it was not clear whether the aircraft were being stored because of liquidation plans or as part of Spirit's planned restructuring. The recent surge in jet fuel prices following the start of the Iran war has significantly raised costs for all airlines. Fuel is typically the second largest expense for airlines following labor, and for Spirit, it appears this jump in cost may soon reach a level that the airline can't meet. If you were scheduled to fly with Spirit in the near or distant future, or if you find yourself stranded somewhere far away from home now, here's what you need to know. You may be able to get your airfare back typically during a bankruptcy or liquidation scenario. Consumers are among the last to get their money back, wherever funds and assets are typically left go to creditors first, then to various other parties, and finally to customers and employees near the bottom of the list. Fortunately, passengers with future tickets should be able to get Fortunately, passengers with future tickets should be able to get some form of refund as long as they pay by credit card. Most major credit cards offer a range of consumer protections and allow holders to dispute charges for goods and services that the vendor fails to deliver. In this case, that will include airfare if the airline is no longer able to provide the transport you paid for. Call the number on the back of your credit card, tell a representative that you want to dispute the charge, and follow the instructions to submit the claim. However, there is no guarantee the refund will be made. Henry Hart-Elvet, president and travel industry analyst at Atmosphere Research Group, warned in a past interview, if you use a debit card to buy the ticket, it's possible. Although less likely that you'll be able to file a dispute for undelivered services, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation. You should still call the number on the back of your credit card to learn about your options. Keep in mind that these under-delivered service claims only apply when it's the vendor's fault. If you choose to cancel a trip that isn't refundable, you can't initiate a chargeback. Travel insurance may help, but it might not. Travel insurance, whether it's standalone policy or trip interruption/cancellation coverage with some credit cards, can save the day when the unexpected happens. It can cover expenses like alternative travel arrangements, hotels, and even things like new clothes, phone chargers, meals, and luggage. Whether or not it could help you in the event Spirit stop flying, though, would depend on your specific insurance policy. Credit cards with travel insurance protections. Unfortunately, the travel insurance policies included with many major credit cards do not appear to apply if the airline you book goes out of business. In the benefits guide for the Chase Sapphire Reserve and also to the Capital One Venture Card probably as well. For instance, a list titled "What's Not Covered" includes the fault of the common carrier resulting from financial insolvency or financial insolvency of a travel agency, tour operator, or travel supplier. The term common carrier refers to a company such as an airline, train service, or ferry operator that transports people. Similarly, in the benefits guide that comes with the American Express Platinum card, you'll find financial insolvency of travel agency, operator, or travel supplier is listed below the headline. What is not covered is trip cancellation interruption insurance. The maximum benefit amount for trip cancellation interruption insurance is $10,000 $10,000 per covered trip and $20,000 per eligible card per 12 consecutive month period. Eligibility and benefit level varies by card. Terms, conditions, and limitations apply. Please visit americanexpress.com/benefits guide for more details. Underwritten by New Hampshire Insurance Policy, AIG company. What about standalone insurance? If you have a standalone insurance policy that you purchase separately, the situation might be covered. Check your policy documents and call the reporting line to start a claim if you're not sure. There's one possible catch, however. Spirit filed for bankruptcy in August, just months after emerging from an earlier bankruptcy. As Christy Valdez, Senior Director of Operations at Insurance Marketplace Squaremouth, previously told The Points Guy, there's a chance that tickets purchased after the bankruptcy filing won't be eligible for coverage since the bankruptcy counts as a known event, which is like a pre-existing condition. Booking new flights. Unfortunately, if your flight has been canceled, you're stuck paying for a new flight out of pocket. Prices are high as summer approaches, so you may need to be more flexible when making new arrangements. Try using Google Flights and search across all airlines. I believe there's a trick, I believe, that you just type in where you're going from but not where you're heading to, click go, and then you can see all types of flights, right? So I believe it's that, right? So that's a tip there. I've learned that from actually Instagram. Be open to taking a flight with a connection if you prefer, even if you prefer to non-stop. Check different dates at airports if you can. You're still not likely to find any good deals with miles since airlines price awards dynamically. Still, it's worth checking award prices if you have to be sent on a big stash of points. Could other airlines offer rescue fares? From Frontier has been very good in responding to the industry. They responded with the 2 free bags after Southwest Airlines decided, yeah, we're going to get rid of the thing that people actually like about us. We're going to get rid of the open seating. And I just saw a report that Southwest Airlines is thinking about adding lounges and first class to their airlines, to their airplanes rather. Yeah. Those with intimate travel or who are in the middle of a trip and find themselves stuck should keep an eye out for rescue fees. In previous airline shutdowns, some carriers that cover the same markets have offered discounted fares to help stranded passengers get back home. The Points Guide will update this section with any potential rescue fares or plans offered by other carriers, though there's no guarantee that will happen, especially as other carriers grapple with high fuel costs themselves. Bottom line, liquidation of Spirit would mark a sad, unfortunate end to the story. Ultra low cost airline, while plenty people rather love to hate on Spirit, rather the airline nevertheless open travel opportunities to a wide swath of people and force legacy airlines to lower their prices to compete. If a potential Spirit insolvency leaves you in the lurch, you may have some options to recover your airfare, possibly expenses. But even so, with summer travel coming up and spring break currently underway, this is a tough time of year to book last-minute flights. If your travel plans have been affected, it may take some creativity and some flexibility to decide with your trip without paying an arm and a leg. So that's everything you need to know about Spirit Airlines there. Like I said, been paying attention to this for a while, and yeah, it's definitely something big going on with that for sure. Make sure these aren't too long because I don't want the show to be too long. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this here, or show y'all this rather. So here's this here from Fox Business. Fox Business is talking about this as well, because we try to show the range of what's happening there we go. Okay. So there it is there. Now, I want to read this here. The financial impact could be critical. JP Morgan analysts cited by the journal estimate that higher fuel prices could add roughly $360 million to Spirit's expenses this year, exceeding the $337 million in cash the airline reported at the end of last year. That imbalance highlights the scale of the challenge as the airline attempts to restructure while managing rising operating costs and constraining liquidity. Spirit has already taken steps to shore up its finances, including raising fares, cutting unprofitable routes, and reducing its fleet. The companies said court filings expect fuel price volatility to ease in the coming months, with conditions potentially stabilizing later this spring, but the outlook remains uncertain with the Iran conflict showing no end in sight and continuing to disrupt global energy markets. Spirit Airlines did not immediately respond to Fox Business request for comment. And of course, from ABC News here. Yes, indeed. Come on. We're live. It's 1:11 in the afternoon here, 12:11 down south. Glad to have all you here. We're live on tour talking about the potential shutdown of Spirit Airlines. Here we go. From ABCnews.com. Potential Spirit Airlines liquidation would be a gut punch. What experts want travelers to know. Plus learn why customers shouldn't cancel their tickets. Spirit Airlines is facing turbulence and rising jet fuel costs and navigating financial restructuring that combined could reportedly lead to even bigger issues for the budget carrier. Bloomberg first reported on Wednesday that the Florida-based ultra-low-cost airline could liquidate in the coming days. Multiple sources were announced the situation. In a statement to ABC News, Spirit Airlines said the company does not comment on market rumors or speculation. Kay Nostro, a travel expert with the airfare monitor site Going, told ABC News there is no way of knowing when and if an airline will liquidate, leave the customer stranded. However, she has been no secret that Spirit has been struggling the last few years coming out of the pandemic. What to know about Spirit Airlines reportedly liquidating, key factors, and what could happen next. Amid speculation about Spirit Airlines, future industry experts are weighing in on the carrier's current state and the scope of its existing issues, as well as what hangs in the balance for the company and its travelers. Ben Muscaba, senior managing editor for aviation at the Points Guy, explained that it's relatively rare to see an airline liquidate, but the hurdles of successive bankruptcy filings and soaring jet fuel costs may have put Spirit to a point where there's not much more corrective action they can do. They are up against the wall. If it does happen, it just means one morning we're going to see that Spirit's literally out of its last dollar and cannot fund the operations and put out of business sign on the proverbial door, Muscaba said. Spirit filed for bankruptcy for the second time last August, having previously filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in November 2024 to restructure financially and reduce its cost structure with the hopes of emerging from Chapter 11 by the spring or summer of 2026. Spirit recently announced its debt and lease obligations were expected to be reduced from $7.4 billion pre-filing to approximately $2 billion post-emergence. It's never a good sign to file bankruptcy to begin with, but second within 6 months, even worse, Nostro said. Spirit suggested that they were going to be able to come out bankruptcy this time by the spring. Where the spring now, we have higher jet fuel prices. This is a recipe for disaster. For them. Muscaba said it's easy to predict that Spirit is at risk with what the filings have allowed us to know about the carrier's finances. They have planned to get back to profitability, and maybe it will work if they have more time, but they're out of time clearly as far as fuel prices are concerned. Amid the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, the soaring price of jet fuel has widespread impact on airlines across the industry, with many turning to strategies such as increasing airfare prices or bag fees to help cover their margins. Think of it as a cliff. The Spirit knew they had 10 months until they hit this cliff before they ran out of money. Fuel prices go up 40%. Something that cliff gets a lot closer. Muscaba explained for Spirit, certainly you expect this to exacerbate their situation. He added that while Spirit is facing a dire situation now, fuel prices stay high for a long time. It could push other small carriers close to the edge too. What happens to Spirit's assets like plane fleets and airline gates if the airline liquidates? If Spirit liquidates, Muscaba said, the planes will be shopped on the market, and obviously the court handles that. Will look for the highest bidder to return as much to creditors as possible. Whether airline competitors interested in quickly expand their own fleets, especially U.S. carriers that operate Airbus models, Muscaba said we could see a fairly robust market. I've been saying for a long time that Sir Richard Branson needs to buy Spirit Airlines and bring back Virgin America, or that black brother who wanted to buy Spirit Airlines, he needs to buy it, and then I'll be willing to come on as creative director and rebrand the whole line and give it a new energy. But let's keep going here. That money could be paid back to airports whose gate leases haven't been paid in a while. Additionally, Muscaba said that Spirit's gates in Fort Lauderdale are considered very, very valuable. The airport will certainly be interested in leasing them to a different carrier. Once the landing rights are vacated at any other airport that Spirit flies into, he said certainly other airlines will be interested in those. It'll be high demand. He said, what happens if your tickets and air travel plans if Spirit liquidates? Spirit liquidates, fulfilling future travel will be out of the window, both experts said. And while it may be a more nuanced refund process, there are still some things consumers can do to try to recoup any losses for ticket purchases. First and foremost, if Spirit liquidates, Nostro said anyone with flight booked should not cancel outright, because then you forfeit your right to a refund if there's some money left over to be able to do so. A credit card won't be able to give you anything back if you outright cancel and then try to call them later, she explained. Muscaba said that while there aren't a lot of predictions in place for customers for future travel if Spirit goes out of business, those best suited to get their money back are people who have booked with a credit card. Typically, there's a provision on most credit cards that they will honor if you have paid for services that weren't rendered. Then the company will charge back the money to you and at least make you whole for that part of it, he said. For those with travel insurance or previously purchased Spirit ticket, Muscaba said getting your money back really depends on the fine print of your policy. What a Spirit Airlines liquidation would mean for other carriers in competition, not having Spirit in the market completely is a big gut punch to travel. Nostra said the single biggest reason we see cheaper flights on any given route, especially low-cost carriers. Competition, and even if Spirit can buy from another carrier, that would not be great for competition, but at least it will be better than them not existing at all. Nostril added that potential closure could have an impact on prices throughout the rest of the year for a wide array of travelers. The biggest impact is going to be on the average traveler that travels once or twice a year, that maybe is located in a Spirit hub. They're going to feel the most pain, but the market overall will feel pain for sure. Nostril says that's everything you need to know about Spirit Airlines. All right, y'all. This destination is really surprising. Okay, so listen, I was just as surprised as y'all. Okay, so here we go. From CNN Health, public health veteran is 47th pick to lead CDC as administration shifts tone on vaccines. Public health veteran is 47th pick to lead CDC as administration shifts tone on vaccines. Public health veteran is 47th pick to lead CDC as administration shifts tone on vaccines. Yeah, the president picked a black woman. I know. I saw this last night. I'm like, I know you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. I know you are fucking lying to me. Okay? All right, moving on. Let's talk about, but gorgeous woman, by the way. Gorgeous woman. Shout out to you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your heart. And thank you for just being in the room for us. Thank you so much for all of that there. President 47's new pick to lead the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is a public health veteran who has led vaccination programs, a new sign on the administration's shifting views of vaccines. Dr. Erica Schwartz nomination to lead the Empower agency came just hours after U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s appearance at a congressional hearing where he made some of his most important comments yet on vaccination. Measles vaccine is safe and effective for most people and can be safer to get measles, Kennedy said Thursday morning under Democrats grilling before the House Ways and Means Committee. He then agreed when Representative Linda Sanchez, a Democrat from Canada, pressed him on whether vaccination could have saved at least one child's life during a large Texas measles outbreak last year. By the way, speaking of people in government, there are some black women and men that won't be promoted because Pete Hesh does not want to be next to black women. And also, too, there's a lawsuit going on about being discriminatory against blacks and minorities. They're trying to make that they're trying to make that policy okay. There's a lot going on in the world today, okay? And Representative Tammy Duckworth, her social media should still be up, okay? So just wanted to just say that there. Yet other times throughout the day, he hedged and forcefully pushed back, as when Pennsylvania Democratic Representative Magdalene Dean suggested that his history of vaccine skepticism has driven a fall in vaccination rates. They had nothing to do with me, Kennedy said during a hearing of the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Health. Vaccination rates dropped after COVID because of mismanagement. The tense back and forth teed up the likely question Schwartz will face during her Senate confirmation hearing over how strong she's willing to break with Kennedy on controversial issues such as vaccine policy. She was appointed by the president. So fuck what he has to say. Y'all been following that strategy for a long time for everybody he's appointed. Moving on. Schwartz served as a Deputy Surgeon General in 47's first administration. Spent 24 years in the United States Public Health Service Commission Corps, and served as a Rear Admiral in the Coast Guard. She holds a medical degree from Brown University, a law degree from the University of Maryland. Can she be the U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary and get Robert F. Kennedy Jr. out there? The F in Kennedy is get him the fuck out. Okay, that's what that stands for. Moving on. She holds a medical degree from Brown University and a law degree from the University of Maryland. Kennedy and his team had recommended Schwartz to the president along with a slate of other appointees to shore up CDC leadership, when 47 also named Thursday. So wait a minute. You mean tell me that the dumb bastard that was at the hearing recommended oh my God. Wow. what they twist? They include U.S. Food and Drug Administration Principal Deputy Commissioner Dr. Sarah Berner, who will serve as a public health advisor to Kennedy, Dr. Jennifer Strafford, Commissioner of the Texas Health Department, who will become CDC Deputy Director and Chief Medical Officer, and Gene Silvesky, a former Walmart and Humana executive, who will serve as Deputy Director and Chief Operating Officer. Secretary nodded the incoming group of CDC leaders during one congressional hearing Thursday. We're bringing in an extraordinary team. The team has been leaked and has gotten applause from both Republicans and Democrats. Maybe because they're smarter than you and the President of the United States, that everybody else was too much of a dumbass to vote for. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Could be a number of things. 99 things that could be better than the president. Many things. Hit me. But this one problem is fucking everybody over. Moving on. Kennedy said before the House Appropriations Subcommittee on Health, I think this new team is really going to be able to revolutionize CDC and get back on track and get it doing the job that it does better than any other health agency in the world. Schwartz certainly has a background in CDC's areas of expertise. During her time with the Coast Guard, she led disease surveillance and vaccination programs and wrote Coast Guard policy on pandemic influenza and other viral disease outbreaks. Schwartz also played a role in the government's response to natural disasters, including hurricanes and earthquakes. When I was Surgeon General, I personally selected Dr. Erica Schwartz as my deputy. Dr. Jerome Adams, who served as the nation's top doctor during the first Voice administration, said in social media post Thursday, she has the expertise, the credibility, and the integrity to lead CDC effectively, if allowed to follow the signs without political interference. Caught that T. She'll excel cautiously optimistic but encouraged by this pick. Basically saying if thirsty toxicity energy is not allowed, then we're going to be fine. And if thirsty toxicity supporters, who are basically 47 supporters, thirsty toxicity supporters are one and the same, just like the president's the white male version of thirsty toxicity. Moving on. Michael Baker, director of healthcare policy at the nonprofit American Action Forum, told CNN that when Schwartz was deputy surgeon general, I had the opportunity to collaborate with her and the team on public health projects, and particularly the COVID-19 response. Her leadership was essential to the early response, and she became a go-to resource to communicate with state leaders on testing, surveillance, and other emergency measures. Her strong leadership qualities and wide-ranging view of and expertise in public health are crucial to stabilize and ultimately strengthen the CDC during this tumultuous time. The White House was under a deadline to nominate a permanent director for the CDC after Kennedy abruptly fired the last Senate-confirmed director, Dr. Susan Martinez, in August. The Federal Vaccines Act says the Senate-confirmed position can be open for only 210 days, and past that deadline, the agency cannot have an acting director. The 210-day mark fell in late March. Currently, Dr. J. Bachahara is currently serving a dual role as director of the National Institutes of Health and as head of the CDC after serving as its acting director. If confirmed in the role, Schwartz will inherit an agency looking to strike a balance between its traditional public health mission and a slew of high-profile changes, exits and proposed budget cuts. Martinez was in office for just under a month before she was fired by Kennedy over her refusal to represent changes to vaccine policy. After her dismissal, several high-level officials in the agency resigned in protest, leaving a leadership vacuum. Shortly after Martinez took office, a powman who blamed vaccines for his health problems attacked the CDC's Atlanta headquarters, firing more than 108 rounds that sprayed multiple buildings and deleted Kabab County Police Officer David Rose. Rest in peace to David Rose there. Prior to the powering, CDC staffers had endured months of chaos, thousands of reduction in workforce cuts, hollowed out divisions and departments, not to mention what Elon Musk did to Dodge. Let's not forget that. Though some of those were reinstated after legal action, web pages on vaccine safety were edited without consultation with staff scientists to cast doubt on statements that vaccines do not cause autism. There's a study that just came out that showcases that Tylenol is not connected to autism either. Political appointees filled top leadership posts that have once been occupied by career staff. Kennedy dismissed a panel of 17 experts that advised CDC on its vaccine decisions, replacing them with his own picks, many of whom have emphasized the risk of vaccines while downplaying their health benefits. A federal judge has reversed some of Kennedy's efforts, saying he probably violated federal procedures. Meanwhile, measles cases in the U.S. are at their highest level in 3 decades. The nation risks loses its status as a country that has eliminated ongoing transmission of the highly infectious disease within its borders. Other infectious diseases such as whooping cough and mumps have also surged as vaccination rates have dropped. Schwartz will go before the Senate Health, Education, Labors, and Pensions Committee. Confirmation the committee has not yet voted on another 47 administration nominee, Dr. Casey Means, to serve as Surgeon General. Means testified in a February hearing that circled back repeatedly to reviews of vaccines. Some Republicans, including Committee Chairman Bill Cassidy in Louisiana, expressed concerns about the administration's changes to vaccine recommendations. Asked by lawmakers on Thursday about morale at the CDC, Kennedy said that it has improved since morale layoffs led by federal guard services last year, and that the new CDC leadership will help the agency progress. Morale is much better than a year ago. I think a year ago it was really at near. During all the reductions in force, he said. CNN's Megan Terrell contributed to this report. Listen, I send light, love, and prayers to this black woman right here. Listen, protect her at all costs. Let her prosper. Let her be all that she needs to be. Okay? In Jesus' name. Yes, yes, yes. Amen, amen, amen. We're almost done with the show, y'all. I know this is a long one, but we make time for what needs to be talked about around here. Amen. Amen. Here we go. From rollingout.com, celebrating 25 years and on to the next 25 there. How You, Me, and Tuscany is shifting black cinema. Will Packer's rom-com aims to revive black-led love stories in Hollywood spotlight. By the way, this look should have been to me, not Regine Piege, okay? The brother from Bridgerton. That look should have been at me. That look should have been at me, okay? That should be Haley Bailey Lee. Haley Lee, Miss Lee if you're nasty, okay? All right. I tackle Halle's Berry, okay? Listen, Halle Berry and Haley Berry, they've been having that thing going on for years. But moving on, okay? This is about the movie, You, Me, and Tuscany. Let's continue. Hollywood's relationship with romantic comedies have always been cynical. And with producer, billion-dollar producer, Will Packer believes the genre is once again at a turning point with You, Me, and Tuscany starring Haley Bailey and Regine Page. He sees an opportunity to reintroduce black-led romantic comedies to mainstream theaters. Once again, that look should have been at me. It should have been me right here, but of course, Universal Pictures and Will Packer and here, there, and everybody did not know I existed. So here we are. Let's continue. Packer points to a previous era where black rom-coms were consistent box office draws and cultural staples. He argues that audience demand has never disappeared. Only the industry's willingness to invest in it has fluctuated. Films such as Love and Basketball, The Best Man, Think Like a Man, Brown Sugar, and Two Can Play That Game remain reference points for what once worked both commercially and culturally. Love and Basketball, Best Man, Think Like a Man, Brown Sugar, Two Can Play That Game. Love don't cost a thing. Y'all remember Christina Milian's Paris and That Finger? Jesus, I hope I can find my own Paris one day. Moving on, like I said, it should be Haley Bailey Lee, but we'll continue on. For Packer, these titles demonstrate that romantic comedies with black leads are not a risk category, but a proven part of Hollywood's past success. Rom-coms as a cultural language. Also, let's not forget Hitch either. Hitch was a great one. At the center of the discussion is the role of rom-coms in shaping how audiences understand relationships. For Regine Page, who stars in the film opposite Haley Bailey, romantic comedies are more than light entertainment. They function as a shared cultural language that reflects how people connect, communicate, resolve conflict. Page has emphasized that love stories have long served as a mirror for human behavior, offering audiences examples of emotional growth and connection. Without these narratives in mainstream cinema, he suggests culture loses a visible framework for how relationships can evolve in healthy and constructive ways. In his view, romantic comedies help normalize emotional honesty and dialogue, especially in a time when much of life is experienced in private digital spaces rather than collective cultural moments. Haley Bailey and Reg Jean Page in a shifting landscape. The parent of Haley Bailey and Reg Jean Page reflects a broader shifting casting and audience expectations. Bailey, who has quickly moved between music-driven projects and major studio films, represents a younger generation of Black talent stepping into leading romantic roles. Let's not forget the wonderful, beautiful, and gifted Dorothy Dandridge, Carmen Jones, everybody. Yes, indeed. By the way, if Carmen Jones comes out, Jill Scott needs to be Carmen Jones, and I need to be her lead. Romantic lead. Moving on. Page, known for his breakout in Bridgerton, brings us established. Listen, I'm always going to look out for myself and nobody else, right? Brings established star power and a continued interest in romance-driven storytelling. Together in You, Me, and Tuscany, the casting signals an attempt to position Black love stories squarely within the mainstream romantic comedy space rather than at its margin. The film's premise leans into familiar rom-com structure, but its industry significance lies in its visibility, theatrical ambition. Hollywood's ongoing calculation of the future of Black-led rom-coms ultimately depends on how Hollywood interprets performance at the box office. Studios continue to weigh audience demand against perceived risk, particularly in genres that have seen fluctuating theatrical interest in recent years. You, Me, and Tuscany enters this landscape as both a creative project and a commercial test case. This reception could influence how frequently studios greenlight some of the stories for Black leads at the center of romantic narratives. What Packer and Page suggest in different ways is that the appetite for these films have remained steady even as production pipelines have shifted. The question now is whether Hollywood is ready to respond accordingly. Well, listen, I'm hoping to see it this weekend just to go support it. And of course, y'all know Michael, the biopic movie, is out, and they just did a free community showing in Gary, Indiana, and they're saying that that looks really good. And now Janet's not in the movie because she did not want to be in the movie, but also too, the child abuse rather is also out of the movie. They had to pay a lot of money to get that out of the film, but still, Trevor Jackson looks like he did what he needed to do, and I definitely want to see that because it's a cultural moment, right? This is officially from the estate, right? So very, very interesting indeed. And like I said, Black people love to love too. In the words of Jill Scott Lee, Jill Lee, Miss Lee, if you're nasty, she loves making love, but she loves to fuck too. Let's continue on, everybody. So check this out from WKYC.com. Jesus. Check this out. Cossum breaks ground on immersive entertainment venue in downtown Cleveland. Cossum Cleveland, which anchors Bedrock's Rock Block development near Rock Arena, is set to open in 2027. So we'll look at that video here in just a minute here. Cleveland city leaders and developers broke ground Thursday on a new immersive entertainment venue planned for downtown Cleveland, or as we call it, down in the CLE, as a part of a broader redevelopment effort near one of the city's key sports and entertainment hubs. Cossum Bedrock and Rock Entertainment Group jointly announced the start of construction on Cossum Cleveland. The venue will be located on Bedrock's Rock Block development site across from Rocket Arena at the intersection of Prospect Avenue East, East 4th Street, and Huron Road East. The venue is expected to open in 2027. The project marks the fifth location for a Cossum company focused on blending live sports, media, and immersive technology through what it calls shared reality experiences. The venue is expected to host live sports broadcasts, entertainment events, and immersive visual experiences in a high-tech environment. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb, City Council President Blaine Griffin, executives from Cossum and Rock Entertainment Group were among those attending the groundbreaking ceremony. There is the groundbreaking ceremony. By the way, listen, I got to give suit props. Look at this suit right here. Y'all, smooth. By the way, the system. Flying. I like recognizing people, okay? Giving them their credit, okay? And shout out to the, hang on, we got 1, 2, 3. I'm calling that sister. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 Black people. Hey, listen, there's 6 there, okay? So that is progress. Cossum partners with major sports leagues and media companies, including the NBA, NFL, and ESPN, to deliver events using advanced visual technology designed to replicate in-person experiences. The Cleveland venue will feature a large LED dome with more than 12,000 days intended to create immersive viewing environment. Officials say the design will also incorporate elements reflecting Cleveland's identity and surrounding community. So think of this like the Sphere in Vegas, except more intimate. So imagine you're able to watch the Cavaliers game live, right? Imagine you're able to watch a movie. Imagine you being able to watch the Oscars and everybody right there is watching it. And y'all know I talked to y'all about how Cinemark and AMC theaters and Regal theaters could transform from movie theaters into content theaters by airing live concerts, airing TV shows like this live in their movie theaters. Same thing for this venue here. COSM previously listed the following programming planned for the Cleveland venue: a slate of live sports offerings featuring NCAA football, NFL, UFC, NBA, MLB, WWE, NHL, Premier League, EPL, International Soccer. By the way, National Football League, Ultimate Fighting Championship, National Basketball Association, Major League Baseball, World Wrestling Entertainment, and National Hockey League. Men's and women's NCAA baseball, tennis, golf, and more, building on official partnerships with leagues and broadcasters, including Fox Sports, ESPN, NBC Sports, TNT Sports, CBS Sports, Amazon, and more. Exceptional cinema! Expanding on the heels of COSM unveiling the world's first ever cinematic presentation in shared reality of The Matrix in partnership with Little Cinema. Little Garcia, Little Tiny Toilet. Shout out to Despicable Me and Warner Brothers Pictures. Immersive art experiences for members of COSM Studios creative program, including world-renowned photographer and filmmaker Bo Bridges and his surfer film Big Wave. No, Beyonce is not in Big Wave, although she does love surfboarding and graining on that wood. Okay, listen, let's continue. Filmmaker, director, and co-founder of Planetary Collective, Guy Reed. My God, my mouth. Acclaimed composer and new media artist Ricardo Romanero, global artist and DJ Chris Holmes, award-winning new media artist Nancy Baker Cahill, and additional creators and studios to join the program in the future. Cirque du Soleil timeless production. Additional live entertainment, including live music performance and shows. And let me tell you, this right here, for like a live broadcast, like imagine, if you will, I'm doing Bringing These Virtual Tour live somewhere in Cleveland, and then we broadcast the show into this video like that. That would be crazy work, but cool though, very, very cool. And this is the outside of the building there. The project is being developed by Bedrock and designed by architecture firm Rastasi. It is part of Bedrock's ongoing efforts to transform downtown area surrounding Rocket Arena into a mixed-use entertainment district. So there is. Oh my God! Did y'all see that? Hang on, wait a minute. That was too quick. Hang on, let's go back. Right there. Wow. Okay. Let's watch the video. Okay, here we go, y'all. Hey. This is really fast.
Is that the new Napoleon? What's all the hype about? Well,
bam. Connected grilling?
Good answer.
Napoleon. Innovation built better.
All right, then. Shout out to Napoleon.
I want to change directions now and tell you about a major milestone today in downtown Cleveland as leaders broke ground on COSM Cleveland, a new immersive entertainment venue coming to the Gateway District right across from Rocket Arena. The project is a partnership between COSM, Bedrock, and Rocket Entertainment Group, and is set to open in 2027 as the company's 5th venue worldwide. Officials say the space will feature a massive 12K plus LED dome and shared reality technology designed to put fans inside live sports and entertainment experiences in near real time.
You will be able to go live to 425
marquee sports events worldwide and see them right here across the street. You won't be just looking at the game, you will be in the game. You'll be on the 50-yard line, you'll be on the in the octagon. It's an experience you cannot possibly describe in words.
That sounds pretty cool. Cosm Cleveland joins existing and planned locations in cities including Los Angeles, Dallas, Atlanta, and Detroit. Developers say the venue will host multiple events in a day, from live sports to cinema and entertainment, helping to activate downtown year-round. Once again, that's expected to open in 2027.
By the way, that was the legendary Russ Mitchell. I got the privilege to meet him. A very, very cool man. The energy that he carries there is the same thing in person. So it was quite the honor to meet him. And he is one of the biggest legends. If I could ever do an evening newscast with him, like, I'm my guy. Like, so hey, Braylon. Yeah, so for WKYC Channel 3 News at 6 o'clock, it's going to be you and Russ anchoring together. Wait, Bray and Russ weeknights at 6 o'clock on WKYC Channel 3. What? No, I would be too nervous to do it, but of course I would execute the assignment. And here is another video talking about that venue right here. Here we go. Almost done, y'all. I know this one was a long one, but it needed to be, respectfully. So. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Wow. Now that we did not know. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Now, see, that's how you utilize the power of media. I love the concept. Yeah, we're about to get to him here in a minute. Yes, indeed. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, I gotta share it again. My bad, y'all. Show y'all the video one more time here. StreamYard's been doing that recently here. Give me a moment, y'all. Okay, here we go. There we go. Let's watch that one more time here.
New kind of entertainment experience, and it's coming right to the heart of downtown Cleveland, right across from Rocket Arena. Construction is already underway. Katie Tersick has our story, first of 4.
Shovels hit the ground this morning in Cleveland's Gateway District, marking the start of something the city has never seen before. Cosm, a global immersive entertainment company, is building its 5th venue in the world right here, across the street from Rocket Arena. Inside, fans will sit before a massive 12K LED dome display, the largest Cosm has ever built, about 20% bigger than any other location. The dome alone seats up to 650 people with room for up to 1,500 across the entire 3-floor venue. The experience, courtside seats for a game. And the shared reality experience is not just sports. Cosm Cleveland will also host movies, musical events, and large-scale watch parties for events like the Super Bowl and World Series. Cosm CEO and President Jeb Terry Jr. says it's the closest fans will ever get to being there.
You know, the NBA will famously say 99% of their fans never get to an NBA game, right? Let alone be able to sit courtside. That's the promise of what we can do, leveled up with great hospitality, food, drinks.
Cosm chose Cleveland for a reason. Nick Barlash says the city's fan base made the decision easy, and the price point will make it accessible for everyone. Tickets are expected to start around $30 to $40 for standard events.
It really allows premium, once-in-a-lifetime experience to transcend any demographic of economic interest. And we think that is so important for what we're trying to do here in Cleveland. It unlocks experiences for people that otherwise they would never be able to have.
Cosm is expected to open towards the end of 2027. In Cleveland, Katie Tursek, 19 News.
Thank you, Katie Tursek, for that beautiful there. And let me show you Cosm right now. This is so, I never heard Cosm before now. So let me show you what Cosm looks like here. So they have a couple of venues, right? So they have it right here in Los Angeles, California, IA, close to SoFi Stadium, Kia Forum, and the Intuit Dome. Maybe an Oscars watch party. Huh? Even though the Oscars should be at the YouTube Theater, but the Academy and AEG decides to have it at the Peacock Theater, even though the naming rights for the Peacock Theater is in a couple of years, where the Academy couldn't name it the Oscars Theater, but that's neither here nor there. Then you have it, of course, in Dallas, Texas. The Big D, of course. Then you have it in Atlanta, entertainment capital of the South, at Centennial Yards. So, listen, it is quite incredible here. And here is this experience right here, for example, so we can actually see it in person. So I thought it would play, and it looks like it's not going to play for us right now. Or you know what, it's probably hang on, y'all. Give me a moment. Cosm, Los Angeles, IG. Because I want to be able to see what this actually looks like. Okay, here we go. Cosm, Los Angeles. So that we can have a real life example of what this will look like for Cleveland. This is why I love doing the show that we do. We can spend over an hour, close to 2 hours talking about a very important topic and still bring you like what's happening and what could be, and you know, maybe saying what should be, right? So here's this here. So here's this here. So that's what it will look like. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God, that in Cleveland is gonna be crazy work. Oh my God, bruh. And then check this out, Harry Potter. Nothing that plan. Do a Jurassic Park screening. No, that would be cool. They can do mini screenings. I love the concept, like bringing live content to you right there, like you're right close to the field. Like that's. Imagine watching a movie like this. Oh my god, this is crazy work. Just brilliant. Absolutely damn brilliant. Here's another view here. Man, this is incredible. Okay, I gotta. I'm sorry. I gotta take it down. I'm sorry. Listen, I love the song too, but what can I do? YouTube doesn't like music. Okay, what you want me to do? But that is really, really cool. Shout out to Cosm. Thank y'all for coming to the CLE. I cannot wait to see that in 2027. Definitely will be keeping an eye on it for sure. Let's see if they have a YouTube channel, and then we will roll right on along. They gotta have a YouTube channel, right? I mean, come on, you can't be that big and not have a YouTube channel. Are you serious? Hang on, I gotta find it. Of course. Just checking to see if anything else is coming on my phone. Okay, no. Okay, let's see. Filters, channels. Okay, they have something. Okay, so they do have a YouTube channel, right? But they haven't really done any live streams or anything. So this is very interesting. So this is their YouTube channel. We'll subscribe to it live right now. You can see there. So let's go back. Here we go. Incredible. On the deck, look at that. Dude, this is, I love this damn show we do. Shout out to Cosm, everybody. Yes, indeed. Cannot wait for that to come your way in 2027 in Cleveland, Ohio, as we like to say, down in the CLE. All right, let's get to David, everybody, because everybody is talking about David. As you guys know, he deleted a young lady, and she was found dead in the trunk of his Tesla. I think Michaela, the person I was supposed to interview a while back, she's doing a lot better now. So hopefully we'll be able to do that interview. But she said that people saw her doing TikTok like many months ago. But here we go. Here from NBCnews.com, singer David arrested in the murder of teen months after she was found dead in the trunk of his Tesla. Celeste Rivas, beautiful young lady there, as you could see. Rivas Hernandez remains were found dead in the abandoned Tesla on September 8th. David is being held without bail, Los Angeles police said. Anthony Blankstein, Tim Stello, and Mervyn Burke, shout out to y'all. Singer David was arrested on suspicion of murder in connection with the death of a teenage girl whose decomposed body was found in the trunk of his abandoned Tesla last year. Authorities in Los Angeles said Thursday. David, 21, the romantic homicide singer, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, is being held without bail. The Los Angeles Police Department said the statement of the case will be presented to the Los Angeles County Court Attorney's Office on Monday. The police said the prosecutor's office said Thursday that its Major Crimes Division will review the case. Attorneys for the entertainer said they were prepared to vigorously defend David's innocence. Let's be clear. The actual case in this evidence will show that David Burke did not murder Celeste Hernandez. He was not the cause of her death. Attorneys Blair Burke, Marlon Borowski, and Regina Peters said a statement Thursday night after his arrest. There's been no indictment returned by any grand jury in this case and no criminal complaint filed. David has only been detained under suspicion. Burke was arrested shortly after 4:30 p.m. at a house on Marriott Avenue in Hollywood Hills. LAPD Captain Scott Williams said. And by the way, there's a video of, powd surrounding David, right? So that's on YouTube. We did the best we can to keep tabs on him, but once we developed probable cause to arrest him for murder, then we were on him pretty diligently. Williams told the California Post, which is a spinoff brand of the New York Post, said in a statement he confirmed to NBC News on September 8th. Police found the remains of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 14 years old, ladies and gentlemen, in the trunk of a Tesla impounded at Hollywood Tow, Hollywood Tow, rather. Officers were called to the lot because of foul odor coming from the vehicle. Inside the black cadaver bag, inside of the vehicle's trunk, officers found decomposed head and torso. According to court files associated with a grand jury investigation, a second bag contained dismembered body parts. Files said Burke was a target of the investigation. It isn't clear how Celeste died. Medical examiner office said last year that it couldn't release details about her cause and manner of death because of a security hold sought by police. The agency didn't immediately respond to a request for comment Thursday. Celeste was reported missing from Lake Elsinore, southeast Los Angeles in 2024. According to Riverside County Sheriff's Office, Los Angeles County Medical Examiner said she was wearing black leggings, a tube top, a yellow metal chain, bracelet, and stud earrings when she was found. Law enforcement sources told NBC News that the remains weren't intact. The medical examiner said it appeared she had been dead in the car for an extended period of time. When the news of the remains being found broke, Burke was on his Weather World Tour. Spokesperson said at the time that he was aware of what had happened and was fully cooperating. Before these, Burke later canceled the rest of his U.S. tour. First of all, fuck that piece of shit bastard for doing that shit. In addition to that, that young lady should still be here. I know that should go without saying, but good damn. Sincerely, like, I don't know why music artists these days. I don't know what the fuck that was. Y'all sorry. I don't know why music artists these days, or any entertainer, or anybody, from David to P. Diddy and R. Kelly, who apparently came and showed was in love with R. Kelly, but was also in love with him, having sex with a 15-year-old girl and peeing on her. So Michelle was in love with all of that. That's her standard bar and requirement for love, allegedly. But moving on. But she's still an amazing artist. But I said what the fuck I said. Said what I meant what I said, rather. I said what I said. Shout out to Nene Lakes. But sincerely, like, all you gotta do is live your best life, care about your gift, and go home and enjoy. That's all you gotta do. And to do this to a 14-year-old, fuck you piece of shit bastard. That's what I got to say on this destination here. And finally, this is a destination that's been circulating around the YouTube and social media streets. And so, of course, we talk about what is happening in the culture, of the culture, and by the culture. So here we go. Ashlee Janae, a look inside her final days before her mysterious death. First of all, beautiful black queen right there. I just want to say that first of all. Influencer Ashlee Janae died during a trip to Tanzania with her fiance Joe McCann earlier this month, and police are actively investigating. And also, too, apparently, with this, there was she was not the only one, allegedly, There was some sharing going on with the fiance and I believe 10 other women, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a lot going on. Let's get into it here. Influencer and Ashlee Janae died during a trip to Tanzania with her fiance Joe McCann earlier this month, and police are actively investigating. According to a local outlet, police initially believed the social media star's death was initially Uad after she was found unconscious in her villa at Zura Zanzibar. Her family still has questions regarding the suspicious circumstances of her passing. There's a timeline of the last of her days. So here it is here. Child, look at that. Listen. Child. It should have been me, oh Lord, to be with that queen right there. God knew what he was doing when he made black women. It's Eve's fault. No, I'm sorry. It's what do I always say? Eve was thick in the garden. It was Adam's fault because Eve probably looked like this queen right here. But anyway, this is an experience where you can actually walk with lions. So there is that there. Joe proposed to Ashlee during their trip, and she took to Instagram to post a video of the moment he popped the question. Cameras captured him getting down on one knee at a luxury safari. Several wildlife lions walked in front of them. And then here they are with some giraffes there. Now, y'all could have went to Disney World and did this, right? I mean, they have Kilimanjaro safaris. I'm just saying, just keeping it up. The following day, Ashlee shared more snaps from several where she was posing among the animals, both solo and with Joe. She even posted pics of herself and her fiance feeding zebras and standing near a giraffe, and even reshot the shot of him proposing. So here she is here. I'm sorry, she should have been some type of celebrity or something, because my God, Jesus. Oh, look, shout out to Hacks, the final season. Looks like they were at the Bellagio. My God. And there she is right there, child. Listen, she should have been an Animal Planet host. Okay, give me a moment. Why is it not? Let me go back. Not that one. Not that one. This one right here. Yeah, this is her Animal Planet shot right here. Yeah, she should have been an Animal Planet host. A lot of people have been watching the Animal Planet, okay? They are kissing. And this line's like, now, Braylon Lee should be behind me. I don't know why he's not. This man don't know what to do with all that cake. Listen, I'm the light-skinned version of Simba, okay? I'm Benga. I'm the light-skinned version of Simba. And Simba got Nala. I got, Lover, okay? I'm Benga. My girl is Lala. And my older brother is Simba, and my sister-in-law is Nala, and Braylon should be behind us. Okay? Should be behind me. That's what that line is saying. Y'all can't translate lines, so I'm doing it for you. I'm a Leo as well. I'm moving on. Here's a video of the zebra. Beautiful landscape, by the way, just in the natural environment. My God. So there they are there. Very, very sad situation here. Like I said, I've been hearing about this young lady from here, there, and everywhere. So yes, indeed. The carousel also contains a clip of her walking with her arms outstretched to a herd of zebras. And here she is here feeding a giraffe there, and with happy birthday, Ashlee there. The next day, Ashlee celebrated her birthday on social media with a series of snaps from the trip. You can see a bed of rose petals at her feet that spells HBD, happy birthday. Ashlee actually posted feeding a giraffe. She also shared a clip. She also shared a clip of her and Joe kissing as the giraffe ate from the bowl next to them. April 8th, right here. Things took a turn a few days after that. Ashlee's mom, Yolanda, told Philadelphia's WPVIT that her daughter called to say that she and Joe got into an argument and moved into separate rooms. They had to stay at the luxury resort Zura Zanzibar at the time. So here is this here.
How do I throw away a trash can?
Just a friendly reminder.
Do I just stick it inside another trash can?
And now the details on the investigation into the death of Ashlee Robinson. Her family is demanding answers after the influencer from South Jersey was found dead during a trip to Africa where she had just been engaged. Action News reporter Cheyenne Kvern joining us live in the Satellite Center with more on this heartbreaking story. Cheyenne.
Alicia, well, Ashlee Robinson, she actually was raised locally in South Jersey, and now her death in Zanzibar is making headlines across the world. Well, today we spoke to her family in Delaware, who say they aren't getting answers from her fiance or officials in Tanzania about what happened to her.
Uncertainty, mystery, anger, sadness. It's like a part of me has been taken away.
On April 5th, influencer Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Janae on social media.
Daddy's girls and mama's boys are very real. That was a real dad right there.
She was on the vacation with her boyfriend of 1 year, who popped the question just 2 days before.
We believe that they were in love. We believe that their relationship was genuine.
Ashlee's mother says she never would have expected that less than a week later, her daughter would be dead. On April 8th, she says Ashlee called saying she and her fiance got into an argument and were moved to separate rooms. The next day, she received another call, this time from her fiance.
He told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury hotel the couple was staying at called saying Ashlee passed away. According to the hospital's medical report, Ashlee had an unidentified mark around her neck. They wrote, quote, according to the husband, he found she hanged herself on the door with several question marks.
Sometime Jill went back to the room with security, and that's how they found her.
Ashlee was also taken to a second hospital who listed her cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation.
She's never done anything that would ever lead me to believe that she would do something to harm herself.
She was not just going to be discarded and forgotten about.
And the family, as you just heard, they are just desperate for information. They tell us that they are requesting surveillance footage from the resort. They also say that they have contacted police, the consulate, and embassy and have not heard back. No Action News, we also tried to contact Ashlee's fiance, and we also did not get a response. The family says their next steps are going to Zanzibar themselves to try to get answers. We're live in the Satellite Center. Cheyenne Kvern, Channel 6. Action News, Rick.
All right, Cheyenne, thank you for that report.
Thank you all so much. Shout out to them, a legendary station in Philadelphia, in case you did not know. There, April 9th, everybody. We just want answers. The next day, Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and rushed to the hospital, according to a local news outlet. The family tells TMZ Joe waited 11 hours to call them and tell them what happened, which they found very odd. They also said Joe Ashlee was okay and stable, even telling them not to worry about it. I'm sorry to this white brother, but you don't know a black family. You telling them not to worry about their fucking damn daughter. And you wait 11 fucking hours? Oh, fuck no. Like I said, family is police to some people. You understand me? Let's continue. Jesus. WPVI reportedly obtained the hospital's medical record for the incident, which notes an unidentified mark around her neck and says, according to the husband, she hanged herself on the door. So here is the family here just saying, we want answers. Here we go.
Struggling with addiction? Recovery starts in a place that feels like home, with 24/7 care.
So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar that said the investigation is still ongoing. That they have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was it that the hotel initially told you guys?
that the person that Joe McCain, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
We just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
Something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11 hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here. Was there any footage? Did you look at the footage? Did you see the footage? These are things that's very important to us. These are things that can clear everything up. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of surveillance. The things that we need to know.
Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I don't think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, as you can see, she's a beacon of light. You know, she likes being on, like, it's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
You know, I believe a black person should have interviewed them, but that woman did a great job just being factual, actual, smactual, and just relating to the family as best as she could. April 10th, according to the Tanzania outlet, Ashlee died at the hospital on April 10th, and WPVI obtained a report from a second hospital that she was allegedly taken to. The doctor, or the doc, lists her immediate cause of death as cerebral hypoxia by strangulation and suffocation. The family tells us that they haven't heard from Joe since he called to say Ashlee was in the hospital. If you're someone you know is struggling and crisis help is available, call or text 988-988-988 or chat 988lifeline.org. And then we have one more article here for you all from Glamour magazine here, glamour.com. We're live. Come on now. I'm trying to do this decent order and with respect here. Come on, we're live here. There we go. Okay, let me make sure that it is showcased on y'all screen. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome sauce there. Okay, here we go. What to know about the mysterious death of influencer Ashlee Janae. One moment she was celebrating life and love in truly Ashlee fashion. The next she was gone. Her family said in a statement. The family of influencer Ashlee Janae is asking the public for help after she died earlier this month under mysterious circumstances on a trip abroad. Janae had been staying at a luxury villa in Zanzibar, Tanzania with her fiance, crypto trader Joe McCain. Whom she had been dating for more than a year. But 2 days after her birthday, on April 5th, she was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Here's everything we know about the case. Who are influencer Ashlee Janae, her fiance Joe McCain. Janae, whose legal name is Ashlee Robinson, was a 31-year-old lifestyle content creator originally from New Jersey, who have been living in Portland, Oregon. In a statement posted on Instagram, her family said McCain proposed to their daughter while on safari, adding to her excitement over the dream trip. In quotations there. Everything that we knew she was supposed to everything that we knew that she was supposed to be happy and she was engaged. She celebrated her birthday thereafter, and then she's just gone. Robinson's mother, Yolanda Andre Stoltz, Portland news station KOIN. According to Newsweek, McCain is the founder of a company called Asymmetric Financial, has been speaking with police detectives amid the ongoing investigation. No arrests have been made. What happened to Ashlee Janae? Honduras told 6ABC. That on April 8th, Janae called her and said that she argued with McCann and the two had moved to separate rooms. According to the family, Janae was found unconscious the next day at the villa where she and McCann were staying and was rushed to a local hospital. There she was pronounced dead. Janae's parents told KOIN that McCann called them that day. He told me that Ashlee did something to herself, that she was being taken to the hospital, and he told me that she was stable. And jurors told 6ABC, I said, what happened? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior. She later found out that her daughter died when the hospital where Janae had been staying called the family. While some reports have stated that police believe Janae died by UAID, the family said they don't believe that she would have harmed herself. Nothing about this loss feels real. Her family said in a statement posted to Instagram, 1 minute she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. This is from BN_Robinson and Sarah N. Official statement from the family of Ashlee Robinson. April 12th, 2026, Ashlee Robinson was on what should have been one of the happiest trips of her life, a birthday celebration in Zanzibar, Africa. Ashlee's birthday was April 5th, and she just turned 31 years old. Surrounded by beauty, love, and wildlife, she became engaged during a safari, unforgettable moment that marked the start of a future she was so excited to build. She and her fiance, Joe McCann, were staying at a luxury villa at the Zuri Zanzibar, continuing what we believe was a dream trip, but just days later, that dream turned into our family's worst nightmare. Ashlee was found conscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. Nothing about this loss feels real. One moment she was celebrating love and life in truly Ashlee fashion, and then the next she was gone. The suddenness, the unanswered questions, and the distance from home have made this tragedy even more overwhelming for our family. At this time, there's an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar and are working closely with them as we seek clarity for answers. Ashlee was deeply loved. She was vibrant, full of life, and had so much ahead of her. Our family is completely devastated. We appreciate the prayers and the compassion we have received as we navigate this unimaginable loss. We respectfully ask that information not directly provided by our family to be treated as unverified and not considered factual at this time. The Robinson and Andres family there. In their statement, the family added, at this time, there's an active investigation into the circumstances surrounding Ashlee's suspicious passing. Although, we have many questions, we are placing our trust in the officials in Zanzibar, working closely with them as we seek clarity and answers. Where's Joe McCann now? According to the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, or British Broadcasting Channel, McCann's passport is being held as he speaks with Tanzanian police as a witness. For the outlet, no arrests have been made, and the police had previously told local media that McCann was not suspected of wrongdoing. What is the reaction online? News of Janae's passing has struck a chord with followers as well as a growing online community. The story receiving more attention after Janae's friend and online personalities about a Brit posted on Twitter demanding answers. We need justice for my friend Ashlee Janae. She wrote, adding, anyone who knows Ash knows she would never commit suicide. Her friends are also encouraging those wishing to support her parents to donate to a GoFundMe. I will pull that up there, meant to help them with potential travel to Zanzibar and burial costs. Ashlee was deeply loved. Her family said in a statement she was vibrant for a life and had so much ahead of her. The caption they wrote, #justice for Ashlee. So that is everything that you need to know there. And of course, I will bring up the Twitter status or status of what's going on with the GoFundMe here. It's not letting me do what I wanted to do. All right, y'all. So here is this here. Sorry for not being able to show the tweet. It's not allowing me to do what I wanted to do here. But Ashlee Janae's father launches GoFundMe to help family bury the late influencer. So Ashlee Janae's father, Harry Robinson, has launched a GoFundMe campaign to help their family bury. Hang on. Make sure that this is on y'all's screen. It is. Hey, Phil, welcome in, good sir. Glad to have you here. Almost done with the show, a 3-hour and 20-minute show, but it was very needed, necessary, and warranted for today. Good to see you, good sir. Glad to have you here. Ashlee Janae's father, Harry Robinson, has launched a GoFundMe campaign to help their family bury her following her sudden death. Yeah, still not around me. Do what I want to do. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, let's continue here. So right here, Harry Robinson's GoFundMe says that the family's navigating an ongoing investigation and in the challenges of being thousands of miles away, while trying to bring Ashlee home with dignity and seek answers. According to the fundraiser's description, the donated funds will support travel costs, arrangements, and unexpected expenses during this time. The GoFundMe campaign is $50,000 at the time of this writing. It raised just about $16,000 there. In addition to that, according to, I read all that there. Janae had returned to, hang on, right here. Amid online speculation about the situation, Cardi B seemingly addressed Janae's death right on Twitter. That girl did not off herself. So there is that from Cardi B there. And of course, Michael is going to be in theaters April 24th, everybody. So here is the GoFundMe right here. Congratulations. They have raised $57,904, over 1,000 donations. Shout out to everybody there. And of course, you can still keep donating if you want to. If you have it to give, you have it to give. But if you don't have it to give, doing this, right? I think a lot of people tend to forget that sometimes just doing the basics of being supportive where you can is more than enough, right? Right here in this donation protected, everybody. That's very important. If you don't see that, no. Okay, moving on. Many of you have reached out asking how you can support our family during this unimaginable time. We are so grateful for the love and prayers. Our beloved daughter, Ashlee Robinson, traveled to Zanzibar, Africa to celebrate her 31st birthday and got engaged during what should have been a joyful, memorable trip. Just days later, she was found unconscious in her villa at the Zurich Hotel and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. What was meant to be a dream became our family's worst nightmare. As we grieve, we are also navigating an ongoing investigation and the challenges of being thousands of miles away while trying to bring Ashlee home with dignity and seek answers. This fund is in response to those asking how to help and will support travel costs, arrangements, and unexpected expenses during this time. Thank you for standing for our family, Harry Robinson and Yolanda Denise Andres. So I will drop the link to this in the live chat if you want to support. And even if you can't support, just talking about this does a lot of good. I cannot tell you how many destinations we have covered where just by talking about it has done a great reach. So here it is there. So a couple of positive news stories for you all, then we are going to head on out here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this makes me happy. I'm excited. Hallelujah, blaze Jesus. Oh, you want the fire? 1, 2, 3, fire. Monique Samuel is reportedly out of RHOP after reunion accusations backfired. Reality fans were shocked to hear that Monique Binder Bitch Samuels, hey, she called herself a binder bitch. Don't get mad at me. Those are her words, okay? Is officially leaving the Real Housewives of Potomac again. After returning in season 10 as a friend of the cast, maybe that'll be the same fate that Robin Dixon will go through. Let's pray for that in Jesus' name. Yes. Amen. Samuels will not be back for season 11, according to multiple reports. The former reality star, who also said she don't really need that little Bravo check. Get shot believing at all. And I guess the binder. But yet Candace Dillard Bassett has a beautiful child. Career's amazing and is living in peace. And by the way, shout out to Alexander Rogers for taking Carlos King through there by saying, why would you want Candace Dillard Bassett to return to a toxic work environment? Maybe you want her to return that because you can't produce nothing of quality on your own show, so you'd rather make somebody else's life hell. Alexander Rogers, you are a legend, good sir. And Carlos King, you said that reality TV isn't fun anymore, but yet, how can it not be fun if you're producing reality TV? Let's continue. and that's from the supposed king of reality TV. Y'all gotta be careful of these false queens and kings who crown themselves, because, like I said, anybody can be. What I always say is one thing to call yourself is another thing to be chosen, but that's neither here nor there. Let's continue. The former reality star joined the Bravo series in season 2 before exiting after the explosive season 5 reunion. Her departure followed ongoing conflicts with Giselle Bryant and Candace Dillard Bassett, as well as struggles in her marriage to former player Chris Samuels. Hey, it's good to see that guy still working right there. It's good to see him still working right there. That's nice. According to Reality Blurred, producers had hoped Monique's divorce would become a bigger part of her season 10 storyline. Bravo thought they were going to get some drama from the Chris Samuels, Stacey Rusch situation. A source told the outlet during the season question service about whether Chris had been romantically linked with cast member Stacey Rusch while he was separated from Monique. She later confronted Stacey for claims that she had been sharing information with Chris. After the reunion aired, however, Monique walked back some of the accusations on social media. A lot of time has passed since the reunion was filmed. After gaining more info since that, I don't believe Stacey had anything to do with any of that bullshit. She admitted back in March. I'll probably go live on IG at some point this week and give y'all the entire story. So Monique can't come back, but Kiana and Angel can't come back either. Get the fuck out of my face, dude. I haven't watched the reunion episodes yet, so let me catch up and get back to you, but I at least wanted to clear her name and all of it. On the reunion, Monique showed her failed receipts with her kid, but ended up changing that story too, the source said. Earlier this year, Samuels explained why she returned to the show after once insisting that she never would. So there is that. So here, hip, hip, hooray, hey, ho, hey. Okay. Another positive news story. Now, of course, this is a very sad story, but, I remember what my mama said about, white people and just saying that, right now, all white people actually condone what happened. Okay. So this came out on April 22nd of 2020, but hey, listen, so 5 years ago, but hey, I didn't know about it. Neither did you probably. So here we go. From blacknews.com, everybody. Now, y'all, trigger warning. Okay. I've never heard of a white person doing this, but child, check this out. White teen deleted his family because they were against his black girlfriend. White teen killed his family, killed his family because they were against his black girlfriend. White teen killed his family because they were against his black girlfriend. White teen killed his family because they were against his black girlfriend. Let's continue. So Levi Norwood, 17-year-old from Virginia, allegedly killed his mother and brother because he believed they were racist because they were disapproving of his black girlfriend. His father died shortly afterward after allegedly committing suicide. Levy allegedly powed and killed his 34-year-old mother, Jennifer Norwood, her 6-year-old brother, Wyatt. Oh my God. Wow. None of this should have happened, okay? No child should be powed. Neither should the parents. But 6 years old and racist, that's something a little, something they clean something ain't clean, the buttermilk rather. Last February, inside their home in Farquhar County, Virginia, he allegedly waited for his 37-year-old father, Joshua Norwood, to come home and pow him in the head, injuring him. Levi fled the scene with a stolen car and went to North Carolina, where he was found shoplifting at a Target store. He was arrested and being held in a regional juvenile center awaiting trial. Most recently, his father was found dead in their home. Authorities said no foul play was suspected because he believed that he committed suicide. His cause of manner of death had not yet been confirmed by the medical examiner. Their relatives believe Joshua deleted himself because his pain was so deep and saw no other way out. Joshua's aunt, Rebecca Norwood, her on Facebook, according to the Washington Post, he told me he died the night his wife and little boy was deleted, and he was just an empty shell of a person. After his death, Joshua was criticized when his apparent racist behavior surfaced on his Facebook page. He and his wife were allegedly against their son having a romantic relationship with a black girl. Now, I'm going to just say this about Levi, okay? Now, listen, okay? I'm just... Because this is very dicey, right? Like, and I have said this many times before, if you have a white person or you have another person of another race that's like, you come against me and mine and my culture that I'm a part of by association, proxy, or whatever, I will disrespectfully handle you and not give a fuck shit or damn about how you recover. Now, the 6-year-old should not have been deleted. None of them should have been deleted. But also, too, it goes to show that people do not play about who they love. If you're a good person, you're a good person. So this is very dicey, but I want to show y'all this because I'm like, I never heard of this before, okay? So you're probably wondering, what's the positive of this? It's positive. It's a positive news story because at least this brother right here, this white man, was not going to put out any disrespect to his black girlfriend. It's a sad story because a 6-year-old passed away. A 6-year-old should not have had to pass away. And finally, last thing, everybody, then we are on out of here because, child, it's been a long show. But a good show, though. But a good show. Give me a moment here. Okay, y'all. So check this out here. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. Always making it do what it do. Oops, Congresswoman Sidney Clominger goes off on 47, a.k.a. Dr. Jesus, for reportedly spending billions on war for Iran. Stevie Wonder can see how much this is costing us. Fuck his ass. That's what she said. Let's hear it.
About the impact that this war in Iran is having on our national debt?
Oh my God. Yes, of course I am. Stevie Wonder can even see how much this is costing us. So gas prices are going up. It's almost $10 in California, and fertilizer is going up. I mean, you name it, the prices have gone up. And this dude, Dr. Jesus, okay, is wanting to spend $2 billion of your money every single day rather than help you get health care. Fuck his ass.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
I'm gonna let that play 2 more times, child.
This war in Iran is having on our national debt.
Oh my God. Yes, of course I am. Stevie Wonder can even see how much this is costing us. So gas prices are going up. It's almost $10 in California, and fertilizer is going up. I mean, you name it, the prices have gone up. And this dude, Dr. Jesus, okay, is wanting to spend $2 billion of your money every single day rather than help you get health care. Fuck his ass.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Are you concerned about the impact that this war in Iran is having on our national debt?
Oh my God. Yes, of course I am. Stevie Wonder can even see how much this is costing us. So gas prices are going up. It's almost $10 in California, and fertilizer is going up. I mean, you name it, the prices have gone up. And this dude, Dr. Jesus, okay, is wanting to spend $2 billion of your money every single day rather than help you get health care. Fuck his ass.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Protect her at all costs. Listen, Governor Westmore's the president of the United States. Jasmine Crockett Lee is the vice president. I'm the press secretary, and she is the head of the Department of Justice. We're going to get this country back on track in 2028. Y'all, that's the show. I got to go. One love, much love, all love. I feel the love. And send it right back to you. Have a great, great weekend. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you. and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
Leggies.
Got one right now. The urge to pop that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day. What we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
I've been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. I have been moving on my own accord, covering Black culture. There is more to life. I heard that, friend. Braylon, shout out to Braylon. Make sure y'all go follow Braylon in case y'all haven't. I love your content. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child relevant over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn